We're live. Check that stuff out, eh? Hey,
We're live on YouTube.
Boom.
Hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge. Wow.
Kind of like that sound.
It's not even. We did it. Yay.
Made it
Hello.
Hashtag.
Eric says, is it live or did I sneeze? It is live, Eric.
Nope.
We did it.
Right here, sir.
We were here on time.
You're on time and under budget.
I was about to say on time and under budget.
Pew.
You beat me to it.
Jenks, buy me a Coke. There we go.
Buy you a Coke?
That's a cliche. Of course, that's
right.
a free advertisement
Now I
for
gotta
the
get rid of
Coca-Cola
the
Corporation.
closed captions.
Not entirely interested in that, to tell you the truth.
Okay. Hello. I saw Eric was already there. Good to see you. Hi, Alan and Elizabeth. Good to see you.
Hello.
And Ken, hello. Yes, we're
Yeah.
matchy this evening.
Well, check that sort of stuff out, eh?
Thank
you very much.
you.
This is Hukilau Fashions, and I don't remember if there's an associated cruise ship with these things. I know
No,
that.
these are the ones that couples would buy when they would go to Hawaii.
So in Hawaii,
And they would decide to
Go
buy
on.
his and hers fashions.
matching outfits,
And they would go and they would choose their fabric.
and away you go.
And yes.
This particular
Hi,
pattern
Pat, and hi, Ron.
comes in several colors. I'm
Thank
certain I've
you.
seen this in green. Don't own it in green. I own the shirt in orange.
Hi,
actually.
Julie, and hi, Mom.
She does not own the dress in orange. I think we need to go looking. Because frequently when you find these sets
I need another tiki
available
dress.
as a set, like I try the shirt on. If it fits me, the dress probably fits her. It's kind of like some magic quantity there.
Hi,
So,
Fred. Good
kinda
to
funny.
see you. All right. I wonder what's awaiting us this
Mhm.
evening because we managed to go live on time. Actually, we were a little
Yeah,
early.
what happened?
I was like, okay, what fresh hell awaits us? Hi, Abra, and hi, Gettysburg, ma'am. Oh, yes, Pat, we're also on YouTube this evening.
Yes, we're on the both.
Yes, we're on both. It's going to look slightly different because it's two different cameras.
Different camera. Different angle. What the heck?
Do you own the shirt and quad?
If I actually had this
yes.
in the orange and the green, I'd simply need one more color, and then it'd be like, hey, a matching quad set. Hello. It's funny when you do searching on quad on something like the term on, say, eBay or other such online emporium, you find a lot of other things out there. Yeah, you'll find those like, ATV type vehicles, and I'm like, I'm not interested in that. You might find exercise equipment. I'm not interested in working my quads, although I do from time to time.
Eric's mentioning that nostalgic AOL feeling on YouTube. The two cameras. Yes.
Dueling cameras kind of
Ken
thing.
says, who needs a cocktail? Me.
Hello.
Me.
I am currently
so ready.
bearing the remnants of a glass of wine from
hi,
dinner.
Dan, and hi,
And
Doug.
Since we still had some, I'm going to enjoy it. Thank you.
And hello, Jamie. Good to see you all this evening. Oh,
And in fact, I'm enjoying it 73% better because it's in the Glenny glass. Just saying. Oh boy, you could too. We have a good quantity. We have stock on the Glenny glasses. I can note that shipping them to other parts of the country is a bit steep. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat that. It's not $2.
hi, Lisa and Errol.
And it is certainly not free shipping. You know what? Free shipping is some kind of misnomer. There's no free shipping. You pay for it one way or another. So if we have to charge you for product, I'm charging you what I need to, But otherwise, see you in person.
Oh, I'm just so
In
happy
person.
that I managed to get the towels in our store.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get them
yeah.
I got them in our big cartel store.
Mhm.
So I was like,
We didn't get them back to the
our
purpose-
website is so screwed up.
purpose-built, dedicated store on a site which is designed to handle all of these products properly. And honestly, it worked really well for a little while. And then things just completely got cocked. And then the postal rates went haywire. And supply line problems, blah, blah, blah. You're familiar with it by now. It's kind of cliche. But it cocked up our store. And fixing it is going to be like, okay, so how much do we pay this guy again to go in there and work?
I'm not going to pay him any more money. Our website is already out of date. Whatever.
It
costs, we paid an obscene amount of money for that website.
I'm not here to talk about costs because we've all been engaged in certain other costs most recently, which we'll get to in a minute.
But I'm not going to throw any more money at that website.
Any more money at that.
So go to our big cartel store if you want to buy towels.
You set up a big cartel store which costs you zilch. You're controlling it. You can make changes to it. You're ready to go.
Exactly.
And or we pay this guy another $1,000 and he fixes it. Why?
No.
What's the point?
No.
It was designed to be very flexible and take take all the rates from the USPS. It was great. But then it was just like, we had to actually pay for one of those online accounts.
Dan says, matching shirts. Y'all are an item?
Maybe. Nudge, just saying. Hey.
Yep.
Great stuff. So still enjoying a little bit of wine.
So, Ken asked the magic question, who's ready for a cocktail? Me. And I have a good one in mind.
I think it is.
Charge.
High time. Shall we? Charge.
Charge.
There we go.
Oh my God, hot one in southern PA today. Wow.
Oh, pardon me.
It's been
not quite
hot,
clean. Be right
hasn't
back.
it? Uh-oh.
Oh.
What's not clean?
This shot.
Ooh, uh-oh. Yes, charge, exactly. Something not clean behind the bar. I'm shocked. Yes, Ken says charge too. I wasn't the only one with that thought. Yeah, I will take a shaker, please.
Glad to get one for you.
I'm afraid if I bend down and get a shaker, it'll knock my hair. Thank you. Oh, can't have that.
Everybody gets the reference I'm making there with the gag. Like, elevator down. Anybody ever been in some really ancient 100-year-old elevator where there's a manual control like they used to have? Elevator operator? I have.
Oh, I have.
I remember once making a delivery to a building, and it was to the rooftop, and it was one of those ancient things. And I was a little like concerned about operating the thing, but I got the hang of it. I get in the thing on the flip side of this thing, a couple steps in, and I'm like, get the thing down to the floor very slowly, and it worked. I'm like, good grief, liability? I don't know.
So I'm making something I have dubbed Take Off With Us.
Take off with us. Oh, excellent.
And I started with 2 ounces of Awayuki gin, which is, it says it's strawberry flavored, which I never would have purchased it if it hadn't been recommended. And
never would have thought of it.
Delicious.
It's awesome. The
so,
strawberries.
Awayuki gin. Go for
actually
it.
2 kinds.
It's from Japan.
Specially crafted in Japan, and it says the
I
finest
grabbed the wrong one.
pink and white Awayuki strawberries grown in Japan's
wrong
Nara
one.
Prefecture. 100% grain. It is coming to you at 88 proof. It's actually, so it's a little kicked up, not crazy. And the flavor is crazy good. It's just like very excellent essence without being sweet. It's not a liqueur.
A half ounce
strawberry
liqueur.
If Amy is here, she really needs to try this stuff.
Okay. And all right, you can go back because
we can certainly.
We're missing a lot of comments.
Oh, well, let's check that out.
Okay, so half ounce strawberry liqueur. I need this for another drink too. And a 1/4 ounce Campari. And catch us up.
I will be glad to catch us up. So here we go.
Okay.
Clay earrings is like, hey now. Well, there's the thing. Can you want to drop the link on your designs? I believe we have a site.
Yes, I have some of your earrings.
Take a look.
They're fabulous.
They are
so please drop the
They're
link.
way cool. All of you watching right now who do such things would be very interested to take a look at what ma'am is throwing at you. Wow, cool stuff.
1/4 ounce Campari.
90s in Southeast Michigan. Thunder. Oh yeah, it's we were up to like 91 or something today. It wasn't quite as brutal, so it makes me think the humidity's dialed down a little bit.
Yes.
We're getting to that point.
3/4 ounce fresh lemon juice.
Yeah, I could definitely get to fall. I'm not a huge fan of Thermidor, even though I was born this month. Dig
Thermidor.
It tends to just be a little brutal, and these days it's amplified. Don't kid yourself. It's been amplified.
I think I might do some of the bitters from this pack, even though I don't have my glasses and can't read what any of them are.
Eric said, bet you called that because YouTube would copyright like "Come Fly With Me." Come fly with me. It's a copyright strike. No way. Da-da-da-da.
I can't read what any of those are, so
yank this guy. We were actually just listening to the song "What Do We Do? We Fly." Can anybody name the show? It's a show that's from Broadway, 60s.
Hugo, thank you.
Name the show, name the composers, and win a fabulous no prize. I cannot prize it today, but hey, you can get the adulation of your peers.
3 dashes ginger bitters.
I will be very glad to have that.
3 dashes ginger bitters.
Which bitters are you using bitter ginger?
Hella
bitters.
Hella ginger
excellent.
bitters.
Recommended. Once again, take off with the 2 ounces of Awayuki. Very specific. Hounds have
Yes.
strawberry liqueur. That's our local strawberry. 1/4 ounce Campari for a little bitter. 3/4 ounce fresh lemon. You're definitely dialing down that sweet. 3 dashes of ginger
That iceberg
bitters.
won't fit.
Shake with ice and strain into a cocktail glass. Okay, I'm ready to go with that. He says that in very measured tones, and his voice begins to descend an octave down.
Hi,
from where it
Colonel
began.
Keg.
That kind of thing. Excellent.
I
You
don't
go.
know. It looks good to us, but it might be the connection.
We're looking good. Check your internet. Take a look at the bottom of your screen, whether you're talking Facebook, YouTube. There should be a little gear that allows you to dial in the resolution. We know that sometimes we look just god awful here, and it's just like it's on 360 dots. I'm like, well, that's crap. You should be at least able to get 720 and 1080
Hi,
preferred.
Susan.
Currently, we are kicking ourselves at 1080p.
Never too early to start
should do.
Christmas shop.
Yeah, seriously.
I was thinking today that like, oh, that's not until September, and then I realized September's actually next month. Oh boy,
September is
this year is flying by.
coming on down. So Plum Run Co. on Facebook and Insta, I believe you said.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. So check those out, folks. If you're interested in some fab earrings, and they are made from clay. Very cool things.
Would you hand me a cocktail?
Oh, cocktail glass.
Please?
You know what I'm saying? Would you like
From
a
the freezer.
chilled cocktail glass?
I indeed would.
I think I can get you a chilled cocktail
Thank you.
glass.
And I'm not going to
Put that in
forget
for your contradiction.
to use a lemon twist this time.
I shouldn't, because we got some twists. The twists are great.
I did a bunch of twists, so look at all that extra.
Well, that was.
Yay!
Huzzah! One appreciates having the
Aw.
sidecar.
Anytime, Gettysburg, ma'am. I love your earrings.
They're very cool. The sidecar, of course, is not only a fab cocktail, classic, but it is the colloquial term for that remnant that fits in your shaker when you have a really large pour in a rather standard size cocktail glass.
Oh my gosh, called the airplane drink. Oh, geez, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Airplane.
With a twist.
Like an anchovy. Oh boy. I would try that. A hell of a lot of people out there would go anchovies black.
I'm not
And I wouldn't.
I'm not sure I'm not gonna go like ew, but I'm also not sure it's for me.
I would try it. Anchovies, like straight up, are hideously salty. But the point is, they're concentrated flavor. You don't just go chowing down on them. It's like those black olives that are cured. They tend to be very, very salty. You want to put them sort of in something and temper it a bit. Anchovies, you add to things. You put it in a puttanesca sauce, and they just dissolve. And it's just like a flavoring ingredient over a large quantity of sauce. By themselves, way too concentrated. Spread it out, flavor bomb. You'll notice it's a major ingredient in something like Liam Perrin's anchovies. Fish sauce based on anchovies.
Hold on.
Hello. There we go. Trying this out. Aroma's awesome. Oh, I would have that and be happy. But it's not my drink.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I found it.
Okay.
This is us, right?
This is us, baby.
Okay, so I know it's probably a little late to make plans, but I was preoccupied with a film.
You don't say. We might have been doing some things for the past
Paul
6
and I are
months.
actually performing this weekend at
believe it or not.
Milltown Hot Rod and Custom Rock and Roll Weekend in
Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
So if you can make it, we're on Saturday at 4.
Yeah. I'm going to verify that. I said that to you earlier. I get the schedule right here. The Velvetones will be performing Saturday the 6th at 4 p.m.
All right.
We got that slot. And everybody gets like about, that kind of slot there. And we are prepared. We actually have been working it. Whereas we've been rehearsing for some months, but we've really been highly preoccupied with
we're prepared.
making a movie. And really that took up recently a hell of a lot of brain space because how many hats did we determine you were wearing? Was it 17?
Yes.
Was that a low estimate? It's just like it goes on and on. She's a co-producer. She's a director. She's a writer. She's an actor. Hey, she was acting in this baby too.
Wardrobe
casting. You did all the casting. I helped you with the casting. Props. You were heavily involved in the props, and I don't think I was very involved in the props. I was involved in large set pieces.
Oh yeah, set construction I helped with.
Set construction, you were there for that.
Yeah.
The things to hang the props from.
Location manager.
That's my department. You want to build a countertop that looks like it's a store and it's the correct size and is fairly light to transport and is modular and it'll break down and you can basically stand on it. Yeah, that's my department. You'll see this thing in the video and you'll go, wow.
Oh, now Ken
Wow.
says YouTube looks like the lounge is broadcasting from the International Space Station.
Oh, marvelous. YouTube does, huh?
I don't
Looks
know
fine
what
from
to
here.
say.
I don't know what to say.
We're
I mean, our lighting is okay. It's
we're on the webcam. We're not on our computer.
It's only slightly hot on you. I mean, our angle is a little different, but big deal. I try to make it so that everything evened out nicely. And you got to do what you got to do. Check your resolution. What have I got on here? I don't have any controls. Yeah, here I am talking to you. Change your controls.
If you're on
over here.
Facebook, probably better to
Manage.
join us on Facebook. I don't know.
I'm looking at this dial over here and it says you don't have access to this feature. Oh, thanks, guys.
Well, if I don't, who does?
Then who does? Good grief. I'm trying to tell you how to like turn on and off the closed captioning, and that's not there. This is manage. I'm not going to click that. That's probably going to do something funky. Usually there's a little gear down here that allows you to hit the resolution, because I go back to Facebook and there it is. There's that gear.
Hi, Jen Lynn, and hi, Johnny.
My gear says 1080. I have a choice all the way down to 144 pixels. Wow, that's going to look terrible.
Let's go back up.
So if your device is actually defaulting to like really low res, then it's going to be pretty bad.
Too far. I'm trying to read the comments.
There we go. Can't keep those merry mushrooms. Oh,
I love
wow.
that.
Cute.
Yay.
Super cute. I got to tell you.
Oh,
You said hi to Johnny, of course. Hey, stop it,
Oh,
stop it.
Jen Lynn loves them. Oh, when will we see the movie? Oh, Susan.
Susan. Okay.
We're aiming for
So.
the end of the year.
Yeah.
We still have to edit, and
Those of you who are intrepid will say, "Hey, you know, she's a person who's she's a filmmaker and she's an actress and she's been acting in things and been in some TV things. And does she have a presence on IMDb? Yeah, you can look this one up.
Hi, Jennifer.
Kelly Patterson, of course, Kelly Camille Patterson up on IMDb.
Good to see you.
And you can find projects that she's involved in, and you can find this very project, Ellen Waits, and there's a page. And what do you know? It has a release date. Well, you have to put a release date on it.
They wanted a release date, so I said November 14th, which was completely at random.
Rando.
I'd love it if it was done before then.
Could be wishful thinking, and
Yeah.
we're certainly going to bust hump getting this going, making things happen. Among other things,
Oh,
on the-
Johnny, here
on
you
the,
go. Here you go, Johnny.
yeah, please, please. Here, ready? Handing it to you. 3, 2, 1. Grab it. Okay, there you go.
Hey, that's my drink.
Hey, wait a minute. We got a sidecar. I just wanted to spread the love. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, that is so good. I need to do something. You know,
You too.
I want one of those, but I got an idea in hand after all. Our theme tonight, of course, is ready for another copyright strike.
Man, I don't know. People on YouTube, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say. We set up the webcam,
I have
and
an idea.
we're not doing it on the computer. Like
The webcam looks really, really good from here, unless we're not really seeing a good fold back that's coming from YouTube. So it's weird. I will actually check that. I'm not going to make you suffer. Let's take a look at that. Theme tonight, of course, is make the world go away. Get it off my shoulders.
All right.
Now, there is a little
So what
copyright
are you
strike for you,
making?
too. I forget who had the hit with that. Ray Price, something like that. So I'm going to be making something called the...
thank you, everyone.
We were talking about travel and travel cocktails and what do we fly and all that. And I actually just asked the audience a moment ago, can anybody name the show, the composer, the composers? There we go. What do we fly? Pretty well-known song.
Is that what you're calling this?
No, I'm calling this one Ward 8.
Oh, okay.
Not my drink. It's we're talking about
It's a classic.
places and places to be. You had something that was very specifically travel related. I thought, how about something neighborhoody?
It could be
Ward 8.
strategic throttling. Eric,
Ward
it
8.
would not surprise me.
It would not surprise me at all with any of these
Oh,
channels.
thanks, Colonel Keg.
If we ever get throttled down by these people, all I have to do is just quote Mr. Parker from the Christmas movie, "Sons of bitches."
Well, I have to say, I think that, I was really upset because I felt like our issues were with our live event camera. And I don't think they are now.
No.
That's why we used to be able to just use
No.
this one camera and go live everywhere, and it was great. I think it's a YouTube thing. I don't think it's the
Yeah, I
camera
think it's a YouTube
company.
thing.
I think
Right.
YouTube changed something, and
YouTube changes things.
I
Yeah,
don't
thanks
know.
a lot, guys. Awesome. I'm actually going to search on Velveteen Lounge right now and check out this stream to see what in the world, how bad can be bad, huh?
Lisa's over on Facebook now.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Take off with us. A vaguely travel-themed thing in Reno.
Oh, thanks, Susan.
Yeah, we look terrible.
Appreciate it.
What
We'll
the
keep you
hell's up with us?
updated. We'll keep you updated.
Wow, look at that. Sheesh.
I don't know what to say.
I'm
Gettysburg
not gonna-
Ma'am says, how's your next door neighbor's house redo coming along? It's coming.
It's coming.
They get a lot of deliveries.
You just got to have patience. Got another
They
delivery
get a lot
today
of deliveries.
another delivery today that also looked like kitchen cabinets. And I recall guys went in there and just like made a ton of noise and tossed out a bunch of old furniture. So they're just redoing that.
Did we already tell you
Flat out.
this? I know I told my family this on Zoom, but I don't know if we told you this. So they punched out these big holes for windows. And we thought, ooh, they're putting in bigger windows.
Really?
Like,
Fun,
wow, they're going to have a lot of light and everything. They punched out these huge openings. And then they put in like these really small windows. So it's all boarded up all around where the windows are. But the windows are not the right size for the house. So we don't know if they just bought closeout windows or what. It's very strange. I mean, I get that there might have been some wood rot, which would have accounted for why they would do that. But still, it's like, why would you buy these tiny little windows for your house?
Hit that edit button. I want to see if there's anything we can do with that.
Edit. Okay, we're going to try editing.
Okay, that's just the customization, maybe.
No,
This is all-
that's...
This is blah 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 redirect. I'm trying to see if there's something about quality of video that's throttling us down because wow, we're just getting choked here. It looks really great on this end. I'm seeing what's coming off the webcam. It's like 1080 and all that.
Wait,
what does this say?
is it on?
Here's a live feed. See?
I mean, yeah,
saying,
it's not good.
This is like 100. There's
don't
like
know.
72 DPI or something. What does that like arrow mean? Is that just a forward thingy?
That's a forward.
So we could forward this to somebody and it will look terrible for them. Great. I'm checking all controls down here. I really would like this.
Create a poll.
Yeah. Do you want us to
Create a poll? Do you wish the quality is better?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I do. I really do. You know. Jeez, what is with this thing?
I don't know.
You know. Now it's all about chat. There's nothing about the quality of your video. Boy, who do I complain to? You know.
Ultimately, I think we need to just find a better way to go live and maybe leave YouTube in the dust.
Streaming. I don't have access to this feature. No, I don't.
I like it when you're on your own channel and it says you don't have access to this feature. It's
You
like,
can't
well, if
control
I don't,
any of
who
this.
does?
Yeah, who can do? You know, folks, I got to tell you, this is why one reason we've gone to 2 channels for a long time. And if one of these is giving you truly terrible results, switch to the other. It's right there for you. It's a free account no matter where you go. You probably have an account with Facebook. If you're banning Facebook in your life, okay, I got it.
Oh, thank you,
I got
Colonel K.
Not a problem.
Colonel K says it's the audio that matters. We can see
Okay.
it. Thank
Awesome.
you. We'll figure it out. I keep thinking we need to do Twitch.
Audio on this
But-
should be really good. This is actually a Logitech camera, who is also now the parent company of Mevo, our other camera. Our other camera is excellent
Gettysburg
audio.
Man, right? Like they put in these. It's so weird. It's so weird. I'm like, oh, great. Weirdos are moving next door.
All I can conclude is that instead of measuring the openings to the windows and the existing windows, dude just flew off and bought windows.
Thanks, Hugo and Mom.
Maybe he got some fantastic deal, or he just bought a bunch of windows and said make them fit.
Abra says yes to Twitch. Okay, good. I'll take it under advisement because our camera will go live to Twitch.
Yeah, I'll try Twitch.
Ooh, okay.
Twitch
Jen
loves tips.
Lynn has a good question.
Let's see.
How would you take a less expensive bourbon and make it more enhanced? I like to add lemon twist. Yeah.
Okay, plus
those are both great
that's your
ideas.
basic way to go right there.
Thank you, Susan.
Here's
All right,
here's
good.
4 hot tips on that. One is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Give yourself a twist of some kind. Lemon is good, orange good,
The bitters are great.
bit of grapefruit peel, that kind of thing. Work your citrus. That's a good idea. Number 2, infuse it with something. Do you have a flavor that you really like, that you'd like to kind of get soaked into that? Sometimes it's savory, sometimes it's sweet. You could always try that. Easy enough. That's a classic thing to do with liquor where you're like, well, it's not really the top of the barrel.
Eric,
but I could get some flavor on there.
Eric, you might be
Yeah.
right. The new video encoder.
Oh.
I don't know.
Because I'm looking at this right now. It's coming straight. It's probably just going straight
Well,
up the feed before it hits
We've
YouTube.
got a couple of votes for Twitch, so I think that maybe
You want to try Twitch?
in the next week
I
I might start
tried Twitch
looking
in a
into
second.
that.
one hates to abandon a platform that one has been on for over 10 years.
Well, one will abandon that platform
if
if that platform is treating one like a second-class citizen.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it.
Hi, Kelly.
Also, if it starts sucking eggs, then it's time to go. I'm just saying.
That's right.
Bye. And we've seen plenty of these DJs using Twitch very successfully. Fewer problems with copyright issues. I don't know how they get away with that, but they do. People are running like live feeds of their set from a club, live feeds of a set from home. Some are just running endless 80s videos.
Twitch, a lot of musicians are on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like they play live and
they do that.
That was a big thing during the lockdown.
It's been a big thing on this platform for a long time. It was a big thing with musicians who wanted a promo, and they would just do some sort of like not a live set, because you want to be able to play for people live, but more like you play a song and give you them background on that.
Alan,
do a session.
Hugo says, "Don't they know who you are?" They do not.
Don't you people realize?
They so don't. They so don't.
I could play some rude noises right now, but I'm not going to. It's not for you.
I can just picture her saying to YouTube, "Don't you know who I am?" And some like 29-year-old being like, "No.
Do you know who I am?"
No idea.
That was, of course, a series of commercials in the 70s. Do you know who I am? Many people don't realize that I invented blood types.
Oh, the American Express.
American Express card. And it's like,
well, I just dated myself there, didn't I?
Boom, boom, boom. So I can't play you the rude noises. That's actually for YouTube, but I can play you something that really should get on YouTube's nerves. That sounds like.
Jen Lynn says, "What's the third and fourth suggestion?"
Oh, sure.
Figs are in season here, so infusing that would be a good idea. That would be great.
There's an excellent idea. Yeah, something sweet
Figs
to sort of
infused in bourbon would be amazing.
I think you've got like the sauce to pour for vanilla ice cream in that case. And
vanilla is a good one.
Vanilla's good.
I gotta say, vanilla is a good one. Well, I mean, if you're adding to a mid-level bourbon,
it's a good thing.
Vanilla, just a that much.
Certainly, if you have like a really nice bourbon that has a very nice rounded flavor, you're not really going to want to affect that too much, and obviously that's going to cost you a little more in the first place. So you're sort of like, well, this could use a little help, bourbon, that kind of thing. So there's like, no, we're still talking infusions. What is a third suggestion here? Find yourself a barrel. A barrel. Do you need to find like a cooper, like literally a 40-gallon drum, like they aged that bourbon in the first place? No, you find yourself something that's about this tall. You can go to the internet and find these things. Pour in your 750. Let it sit. Let it sit with oak.
If you can find this too,
to grab some more flavor from the wood. That's the idea.
A Roncello, just a tiny bit of that would be amazing too. This is a bitter orange.
Yeah, orange liqueur.
That would be amazing.
Orange liqueur with a real heavy, like orange oil, orange peel flavor to it. We got a recommendation on that at the same time that we picked up this Awayuki gin.
That's okay. We don't know who they are either. Exactly. Amen.
So there's suggestion number 3. A suggestion number 4 with a base liquor. I'm trying to think of what I was thinking of now. I've been rambling on now. There is an excellent 4th suggestion that you would do with such things.
Eric says, I still like that commercial that starts with an astronaut holding onto a helmet saying, "Can you imagine sneezing into one of these? I almost did." Ooh. Errol says, "We just bottled our mead. It was very dry this time and tastes like brandy." Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
Personal experience is that the longer any particular base spirit sits in the bottle, the longer it starts to taste like any other base spirit that's been sitting in wood. The longer it ages in wood, the longer it tastes like anything else that's been aging in wood.
It makes me think of All About Eve.
I mean, an aged brandy starts to taste like an aged whiskey, starts to taste like an aged tequila. And I'm not saying they all really stage this, but they start taking on those similar notes and that similar yum goodness. Like, oh,
hi, Amy.
Let's like lean back into a big cushy leather chair in the library and enjoy some aged tequila kind of thing. Well, really nice aged tequila is really good stuff. And we bear in mind that for a long time, tequila had a really bad reputation. Well, a lot of it was sold young and pretty rough. Same with whiskey. Whiskey didn't have a really great reputation until it got good. There you go.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am says I missed the outer space moon hype from back in the day. Oh, you know, this is so funny because I have a cookbook that is one of those that they would collect recipes from the women in the community. But this one is from like the astronauts' wives.
Mm-hmm. Cocoa Beach, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll have to share some of those again soon. I have shared some in the past, but ooh. Elizabeth says, well, I'll be right over for a glass. I love
Pink?
The mead.
It all sounds, I would try mead in a sec.
All right, what are you making?
Thwarting.
The Wardy, okay.
Starts out with 2 ounces of the whiskey. Let me see if I can fit this guy in there. Hey, I can. Check out that big rock.
It must have melted a little bit because it wouldn't fit when I tried to use it.
It would not fit in for hell or high water.
All right.
Okay, so we happen to have a very nice rye here, the Rittenhouse. This usually comes to you at an excellent price. And it is made.
It must have.
Pennsylvania product. Rittenhouse Square is what they're talking about. It does actually draw on a long tradition of Pennsylvania rye that goes all the way back to the Whiskey Rebellion. Is Rev Ken still here? Yeah, he knows all about that.
Recipes made with tang.
Dang.
I've done it.
Well, you go back some years for a certain video, and we did in fact pioneer the.
Oh yes, I read Astronauts Wives Club, and I watched the show. Yes, highly recommend. I'm with you, Gettysburg Ma'am.
I haven't had something in some time.
Okay, so
2
2 ounces of rye and an angel's share.
It was getting dry. I'm just showing. So let's say 2 ounces of the rye. It says a juice of half a lemon. Now that's, to my mind, going to be half an ounce.
Okay.
Happen to have an excellent half ounce measure right here. Now sometimes they estimate in here. This is the 1 ounce measure, and you can go up to what looks like half. It's not halfway up this cone though. There's a formula for where that should be. I just eyeball it. It's somewhere in there. This is not exactly
higher because the cone is
not exactly rocket science. Speaking of rockets.
Oh, I love that you're talking amongst yourselves.
Please do. It calls for something sweet, and I think I'm probably going to eschew the sugary business because, thank you, the fourth ingredient is actually grenadine. So you know what? Hells to the bells. This is already sweet.
Well, this is just 3, right?
3 ingredients in that case. You missed nothing whatsoever. Okay. I'm going to take a look at what do they recommend for grenadine in here. And it's like a teaspoon of grenadine. I'm just going to up that to half an ounce and call it a day because they also ask for sugar. This has plenty of sugar in it. We make this ourselves. That's why it's not bright red. We don't add any carmine coloring to that. It is actually made from sugar.
Red dye number 5
sugar,
or 2.
Water, and pomegranate.
We had this discussion on Saturday.
Pomegranate juice. That's what makes grenadine grenadine. It doesn't have to be bright red or anything like that. Okay, some brands out there are, and it's still pretty good. Some brands just taste a lot like the red food
Susan, yeah, you could do any whiskey. You could do you.
Oh, yeah. Rye is very particular.
Oh, my God.
In some cases, not, in which case you got to wonder why they bothered. Rye has a very specific note. Usually you're labeled as grassy. And if you don't like that, there you go. I happen to like rye. But some of it is very, very peppy.
All right. So
I am going
else?
By the way, what I was name checking before is some years back, we did, in fact, pioneer the Tanqueray cocktail.
The Tanqueray.
It was, I think, they made some tang with Tanqueray. We had to get Tanqueray for that.
Yes, this would be a good time to do that, except we don't have tang.
We don't have tang.
Or Tanqueray.
But it would be a real kick to the seat to trying to make the Tanqueray. But as I recall, it was not bad. We also, I recall, pioneered a different orange-flavored powdered drink, the Mai Tai Musil.
Amy, I think you're
for those
right.
of a certain age. So
there were other flavors of tang.
Yes. I think I remember
that.
Grape tang. Never had it as a kid. It was all orange. It was all about the orange.
We weren't a tang family.
We had tang. And of course, I, as a kid, was a far-out space nut. I was watching those space launches too, Gettysburg. Jeez. And I distinctly remember seeing what has to have been like Apollo 16 and 17. Last 2 flights to the moon. 17 was actually a night launch. Very dramatic. I'm sure you can find some high-def video of that kicking around the web. Should be pretty cool.
Oh, Susan's having a Godfather. Okay.
Godfather.
I know how to make that one.
That's, I think, when you took bartending class, they told you how to make a Godfather and a Godmother.
Yep.
I think there's a Godchild.
There's a Godchild too. Yeah.
In that like non-alc version of it. I need some bitters of some kind. I would be glad for a recommendation fermentation. Take a look what's
I
here.
gotta catch up.
Lime.
Gettysburg Man was slightly addicted to strawberry milk. I remember that too.
That's a fun one.
Oh, Jamie used to make a faux Russian.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Boozy hot tea in the winter with tang, cloves,
Yes, it's a
instant tea, and a shot of bourbon. Nothing wrong with that.
I don't remember the shot of bourbon as a
Hey,
kid.
Michael.
Just saying, never had that shot of bourbon. It would have been fun, although I would have been asleep. I'll take the.
Oh. Hugo
the...
says, so last Christmas, somebody at my antique shop had a picture of Kelly standing next to a silver tray. They thought it was vintage. And I said, no.
I know that girl. I'm sorry. I know that guy.
That's the picture that will never die.
It will never, ever.
Every year.
Just you wait, Henry Higgins. Give us 2 months, and that sucker will be popping up like mad.
Oh, yeah. Woodford Reserve.
It's going to be popping into your inbox, and people are saying, have you seen this picture? Do you know this is out there? You should do something about it. And you're like, I throw up my hands. There's nothing to be done.
Amy brought up
Nothing
space
whatsoever.
food sticks.
Space food sticks.
We made space food sticks for our Tiki Oasis presentation.
In 2016, I think, what it was, or probably 15. Yeah, 15 was the Space Nuts. And 16
Hi,
was
Dan.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what you do, Dan.
Do you stir your bowl of Quisp and Tang with a space food stick? We made space food sticks, and
it was for Tiki Oasis in 2015, I believe, when it was the whole thing was space. I remember at the time I had like wider sideburns, and I was really tempted to go to the hair salon because it was right next door to our hotel room. There was a guy who was there real early, like at 7 o'clock, and he was pretty idle. And I was like, could you point these sideburns up?
The hotel had a hair salon.
Could you point up these sideburns? And you know what I'm talking about? Anybody? The pointy sideburns? I didn't do it. I really should have
done it.
I felt kind of broke at the time. But you know what? The time to strike is when the iron is right there in the fire. That is simply the fact. I would be glad with some patience bitters.
And not the...
Which? What do you suggest? No, because I think that's going to adversely affect the flavor profile. This isn't that type of bourbon drink. Thank you. Although I do those in a Manhattan in a second because they're great. They're just great. A couple of dashes of Peychaud's. Does not call for it, but I think it bears it well.
Fine.
It does. It does.
Two.
There's no sour in here. Peychaud. This is the Ward 8, which is apparently named after Boston's Ward 8, and obviously there was some politician that somebody felt was worthy of making a cocktail after. End of the day, this is just a whiskey sour with grenadine. Good night. Had me be making a rye sour. If you were making a whiskey sour circa when the Ward 8 was devised, it would be rye.
Why is our fan all the way over there, not pointing at us?
You wanted to point at us? It can point at us.
I'm boiling.
I'll make it point at us.
Sweating my brains out over here.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. It's funny because...
Oh, Lisa says, Paul, are you talking about mutton chops?
At the time, I didn't actually have mutton chops. They were just kind of like wider. In my time, I actually have had them be much longer, but that you got to go back about 30 years for that. Yeah, it's been a long time since those days.
Wait, if he had mutton chops when I met him, we probably wouldn't be married.
Good thing I shaved.
Sorry.
Huh?
Did I say that with my outside voice?
I went through the period.
Darn outside voice.
There was a period where, like, my friends, college years, were simply calling me Lemmy.
Michael says, I was conceived at Redstone Arsenal when they were testing the Mercury rocket.
There you go.
I don't know if you're serious or not, but that's
awesome.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
The very first Mercury launch vehicle was, in fact, a Redstone. A Redstone is not actually a space launch vehicle. It is a ballistic missile, of course. So is an Atlas, which is the second thing that they tried, that they used. And that would also, the Redstone is just a ballistic, meaning that you pop up and down. You can't even orbit the Earth with that.
I had to blot.
But it's not designed to. You're just designed to lob a missile at your buddy over there and say, ha, big fun.
I had to blot.
Not your buddy.
It is truly... I'm glad we're not in the tiki room.
An Atlas will get you higher and will put you in orbit. That's why, like, John Glenn went into orbit, whereas Al Shepard and Gus Grissom did not. Do you want to know my space stuff? Hey, I'm a seasoned pro.
Now I'm thinking about the whole space cookbook.
Oh, thinking about it, eh?
Hi, Janet.
Pour into a cocktail glass. This is your Ward 8. This is a political cocktail. I'm not trying to get political outside of this cocktail. Ooh. I'll take one of those twists if they're right here. They are.
They're right there.
Well, then I can serve myself. A twist is an excellent idea. We usually have plenty on hand. I sometimes forget that they're there, but there you go, baby.
We have a fan over there. I can see it. The AC
Oh, you
is
know,
blasting, but it's
that
not
is-
hitting us.
That is better than the original formula.
Yeah, poor Gus. Gettysburg Ma'am says. Yeah. Wasn't his name Virgil?
Virgil.
Yeah.
Yes, we find that out in the movie.
But I did love Astronauts Wives Club, and I loved the book too. So Ward 8's good. Kelly is having the vape. I am having the vapors. Okay, now the fan's pointed at me.
Now you got it. Well, you see, originally the fan was right there at my feet and it was blocking me. And I thought, if I do not have an egress, I'm in trouble.
Michael says apparently
So-
all the Nazis from Operation Paperclip were there at the same
Oh, yeah. That, of course,
Wow.
that is Operation Paperclip.
Oh, Julie went to Grissom Junior High.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
my gosh.
Oh, hello. We're just, Gus is hitting it on all cylinders here.
Oh, Gettysburg Ma'am. I will so try out that book next week.
Yeah, let's
Next
check it
week's theme is already decided. We're doing that.
out. Done. Astronauts, space nuts, far out
Our
space
Patreon
nuts.
patrons will be getting some later this week. But,
You know, I think virtually
but
within a couple of years of Apollo moon
that book
landings,
is a treasure.
there was, of
trove.
course, the kid show Far Out Space Nuts, and I will always think of all of those space kids as Far Out Space Nuts, no matter what. That's the thing. The whole deal with Grissom, of course, there's that scene in The Right Stuff, which is taken from,
Oh,
from the book,
yeah.
where they're kind of questioning him as Gus. They're like, that doesn't sound so becoming for an astronaut. It's like, well, what's your given name? Virgil. And they're like, well, they kind of thought that was a little prissy. They're like, what about your middle name? Ivan.
No.
So Ivan, during the space race with, the Ruskies,
Yeah.
the Soviets,
No.
that one's going to fly. So they said, all right, we'll stick with
Oh,
Gus.
Gettysburg
Stick
Ma'am.
with
You're
Gus.
so sweet.
It's hilarious.
I love it. I love The Right Stuff. I love that movie so
film is-
much.
That,
I might put
director,
it on after this, actually.
I would see that in a second anytime. Saw that when it came out in the theater. Awesome. Director was apparently a real pain in the ass, but the film came off anyway. He got good performances out of him. Grissom gets a bum rap. He supposedly sank his capsule. Upon examination, once somebody found Liberty Bell 7, they said, well, I think we blew it
Exactly.
prematurely, like he's always
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
There you go,
Yeah.
man. But there's a great scene where he's just kicking the furniture in the hotel room, and and his wife is just saying, I'm not going to meet Jackie. And it's just like, damn it. But then all the photographers are like, Grissom, Gus. And they're all over him. So he's like, no matter
Michael
what,
Collins.
Life magazine is there for you.
Like Michael Collins.
Oh, the loneliest man on earth.
Yeah.
I think there was a great quote from him.
Jeez.
You get all pumped up to do this mission, and of course there's a backup crew in case you can't make it and stuff. And you put yourself on top of this massive Roman candle, and they light it up, and Saturn V puts you up, and you take off for the moon. There's all this preparation, and you're just like checking, and all this computer with about 1K of memory is sending you there, right? Amazing. My phone could get you there better. But it did it. And you're just like, you get to that point, and then you send 2 guys down to the surface, and where are you? You're orbiting the dark side of the moon. And guess what? You get to the other side of the moon, and communication cuts off. So now you're the loneliest man in space. A great quote from him was like, yeah, it was kind of relaxing. And I'm thinking all of these people for the entire mission are like, Michael, blah, 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 Michael, are just on your case the whole time. And then finally you're like, I'm just going to kind of fall asleep over here. I'm going to cruise around the other side of the moon.
I know.
And then as soon as radio comm comes back, you'll be like, Collins? Michael, Collins? Then I'll wake up. So that was I don't think he fell asleep, but that was kind of his
I
experience.
mean, I know in the dramatized version.
Suddenly he was totally cool.
In the dramatized version, people are asking his wife, like, how do you feel that your husband didn't walk on the moon? And it's just like, he's a friggin' astronaut.
What did you do?
His job is a lot cooler than yours. I'm sorry.
What did you do last week?
Exactly.
Oh, really?
He's an astronaut.
I flew to the moon, And here's the kicker. If he wasn't orbiting the thing, how are those guys going to get back? There you go. You need a guy who's commanding the thing.
Exactly.
This is still the coolest job in the universe, hands down. So there you go. If you're Mike Collins, if you're
maybe
the third
you have
man,
I don't know, the third coolest job in
how
the
about
universe?
how about Jim Love? How about Jim Lovell, who flew to the moon
Oh, yeah.
twice, around the moon twice? Apollo 8, was supposed to swing around the moon. Well, that was very cool at the time. And of course, there's a bit where he's doing readings from the Bible. I've used that on my Christmas collection because it's just so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then Apollo 13 launches, and halfway, blammo! And then they're halfway to the moon. And what are you going to do? You've got to go all the way around the moon and swing back to take advantage of the gravity. So there they are, freezing because they have to conserve power. Didn't get to land on the moon
again. I just wanted
again.
to double check that I was correct, but can we take a moment for James McDivitt, who
James
guest
McDivitt.
starred on the Brady Bunch?
And talk to them about UFOs.
As long as we're talking astronauts, let's take a moment for James McDivitt.
As long as we're talking to UFOs.
Oh, yeah, with 1969 era computer technology. Exactly.
Well, bear in mind that our computer age really starts somewhere around 1939 with something called a Zeus.
Oh,
which apparently the German high command didn't think was suitable.
Yeah, Errol says Ron Howard did a great job with Apollo 13. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
Yes.
Truly a fantastic director.
Yes.
Honestly, better as a director than an actor even. Can I say that? I mean,
well, I've got no shade for Ron Howard.
Ron Howard as actor.
He was a great Richie Cunningham. He was Richie Cunningham.
Has fantastic roles. But he's really completely superseded that whole concept with the directing. It's just like he's in his own universe. He's in that director's chair making things happen.
I did not know that, Michael. Little bit of trivia. The first dog in space. Laika's name in Russian translates loosely to little bark.
Little bark.
That's cute.
If you look into the whole history of that, of course, the Russians had the ability to send a dog up, but did not actually account for taking the dog back. So
I don't want to talk about that. Let's not.
Jeff had the little Laika, who was apparently a stray. Yeah, there you go.
Let's not.
But these things happened, and the Soviet space program, of course, was full of certain covered up disasters and things. Here in the States, you just put
Colonel
the thing
Keg,
on color TV.
It made me moderate your comment. Have astronauts been hearing this yet? Now, see, I got a drink in me, but I think that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious.
Maybe I have a drink in me. Maybe I've had a real heavy week. Maybe we're having another heavy week as we prepare for a live performance.
I know. So those of you just joining us.
Only these two would actually follow 6 months of prep, one week of intense film shoot, building out the set, getting the crew in there, rehearsing, 2 intense shooting days that were literally 7 to 6. Literally, 13-hour days.
We probably would have gone later, but they made us leave.
And we got it in. We got a huge number of shots in that first day, and then a lot of complicated shots the second day, and nailed it shut by about 5:30 on the second day, so camera could load out because they had a ton of stuff to go. And then we had to basically leave it, get the hell out of there, and go back the next day and break it all down with our scenic. That was intense. And here we are preparing for a live performance, and I'm getting tunes back under my fingers, and this one is getting her voice right back up to speed. Bang. Only we are that insane. So if you want to show up this Saturday in Sturbridge for Milltown, you'll see us on stage at 4 o'clock. Milltown is on Friday as well, so be sure to catch both days. It looks really cool. This is one of those Rat Rod specials, and it's going to be some.
I'm excited to see the
not
cars.
Just Rat Rods. There's be some unbelievable vehicles.
I've decided I'm a car person. I'm a car person.
We've actually seen the Rust Riot several times now. It's a very cool event. And Milltown is your same bag. More bands.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
I believe there was a surf band from the 80s, 90s named Laika and the Cosmonauts.
That's what Colonel Keck said.
Laika the Cosmonauts. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Boy, beat me to it, Keg. Awesome. Somebody was talking about the computer technology that took you to the moon. This was something like 1K of memory, less probably. And
Amy will be there on Saturday. We'll be there. We're on at 4.
Main stage, 4 o'clock. You'll find us. If
it's been an intense week, I'll just say that. But
all I can say is that we usually rise to the occasion. We always rise to the occasion. We always rise to the occasion. And I'm going to be mainlining a lot of caffeine to keep my brain in line at that day. And after we're down, I'll be down for the count. You'll find me on a gurney, and I'll be enjoying the rest of the bands. Who am I kidding? I'll be up there filming. I'll have my video camera. We'll have some fun. Bring your thirst, because we might have some surprises when you see us live. Hello. we're talking about memory. Not only did you have to have a computer system on board, the command module, you had to have two. You had to have an identical computer system just in case the first one went down. So guess what? There you go. Redundant systems built. It's not like you're going to suddenly like send a tech to the moon. Oh yeah, the guys, the modem went down. Can you
call the Geek Squad?
Geek Squad? Geek Squad shows up in like PT Cruiser. Hi, I hear that your modem went down. Yeah, our oxygen is getting low too. Oh, I can't help with that. I can help with your modem though. Yeah, well, do what you can, okay, so we can get the oxygen.
Oh, Amy says I think they were from Finland.
Finland.
All right,
excellent.
That makes sense.
Excellent. That sounds like a lot of fun. Reminds me of course, Messer Troops, who I believe are Russian, who actually have. I'm not trying to make any political things there, but they happen to be, and we've heard them on a number of occasions. They're a lot of fun. They have a good sound. I believe their singer plays a longhorn bass.
Michael says, "I'm seeing what Captain
Geach."
Pew
pew pew.
I was in the Soviet Union when it was the Soviet
Union.
And I have to say that
I can tell you, I can prove that.
Everyone,
just in case you think she's making it up.
Everyone we met was lovely. Because we weren't meeting like politicians. We were meeting actual people who were very happy that we were there. So,
well, I've maintained for a number of years that people will talk about those people in that country. And I think, yeah, well, are you talking about the citizens or their leadership? Because there's a lot of countries I can name where the citizens I would have no problem with whatsoever, and they're probably quite friendly and open. But the government I can do without.
Oh my gosh, the Clams in Ninth Wave did a gig with them once.
No.
What?
Oh,
what?
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man, I know his name checking something good. Although Keg beat me to it. That's awesome. Wow. I love that name though. Like on the Cosmonauts, they're ready to go. My one of my coworkers actually did travel to Eastern Europe. Did he just simply hit Russia within the past 5 years? And he came back with a bunch of Soviet space kits, including this picture. And I'm looking at it, and he's, do you recognize it? I'm like, it's Gagarin. He's like, yes, it's Yuri. I'm like, it was Gagarin.
Did he give you any?
No, I didn't get any Kitsch. But he just pictured this sort of like color tinted picture of Gagarin. There's the man. I believe there is a song by Hawkwind talking about your cosmonauts there called Bring Me the Head of Yuri Gagarin.
I like to think that I am responsible for introducing the Beastie Boys to the Soviet Union.
You may well have been, because at the time that you were there, what's the scoop?
So we were performing.
Here's the story with the dance troupe.
On a bill with a dance. Well, actually, it was like there were two American groups, and then we were performing with Soviet kids. We were kids back then.
Soviet
but
kids.
Anyway, we were all kids.
Yeah, a bunch of kids.
We had a Beastie Boys tape. I had taken a Beastie Boys tape.
Just happened to have license to ill, I believe.
I did. And then my boyfriend at the time put it on the sound system. And one of the Russian dancers just went nuts. Like he was just dancing and he was crazy. Like he was so good. So my boyfriend was like, you have to give him that tape, right? And I was like,
yeah. You're thinking I can get another. He can't.
I can buy another one for $10, but yeah.
And he's gonna have trouble with that concept.
So I left him and he was so happy. He was like the happiest kid in Russia that day.
Happiest clam in Russia.
So yeah. So I like to think I introduced the Beastie Boys to Soviet Union.
I believe he was offering you like something in response, like a.
Oh, he was giving us like it was all about pins. It was like Disney. It was like all about pins.
Here you go.
He's like giving me all these pins and stuff. I'm like, thanks. I still have them. I still have them. But
the other thing that you brought back was in your change purse. I just opened my change purse.
Eric, I'm glad you're back.
I carry a number of interesting coins in my change purse. This little item, which does not look like U.S. currency, is Canadian currency. This is a $2 coin, locally known as a toonie, of course. Got that from...
Amy says, I saw Leica back in the day.
Hello.
Michael says, anyone remember Holly and the Italians? Do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I forget Holly's full name.
Julie says you're an early influencer.
Yeah, she was an early influencer. This one over here was
I like to think I've
well ahead of the curve.
I like to think I've had some impact on the planet.
Well, I think you did. You like got this kid doing that.
I like to think I try.
I have a story featuring music and Russian youth as well. I will tell that momentarily. But the simple fact is that my standard top dollar bet, anytime somebody wants to bet, I'll say, you know what? I'll bet you 5 kopecks. And people look at me kind of funny, like, yeah, funny, if they know what the hell a kopeck is. And then I whip it out and I'm like, here's the kopecks. Here's a 5 kopeck coin that's dated 1961. Total Soviet currency. I believe it's brass. And this rather large coin for 5 small units as it is. But I carry it around just because I grew up in that era when there was such a thing. And I thought it was fun. And I borrowed it from her and I still carry this thing. If I ever lose this, I need to go find myself a whole bunch of 5 kopecks.
Pack of pins.
Pack of kopecks. So this is genuine 5 kopecks. It's got the hammer and sickle on it, everything. And it's still, to this day, my standard bet. If I'm saying, I will bet you, I'm going to bet you no more than 5 kopecks. I like to bet small in case I lose.
Says my brother and others in his army unit had a formal dinner with Russian soldiers back in the early 80s.
Oh, that's funny. Wow. This reminds me of nothing so much as 2 things. There was that scene in Patton where, in 1946, we won the war. And he's like hanging out with the Russians. And he's got a real sour look on his face, like, whatever, sons of bitches. But there's a fun thing with that. He's not drinking any vodka. And our buddy Matt Hull, sadly no longer with us, who served in Germany in the 80s in that exact era after having matriculated from West Point. And his quote was like, we were always on call. We were ready to go at any time. And several times they were almost mobilizing.
Well, I think he was in a he's saying so you have brass in pockets, so to speak.
Actually, yes, this is brass, and it usually rides in my pocket, come to think of it. This other coin here looks like brass too, the toonie, because that's got a center-like portion. I got this from Jim Johnson from the Men in Gray Suits, who played our room at Ohana one year. Wow, that was awesome. A lot of fun. Great to have a surf band in your room. I was in a bathing suit at the time, telling everybody off the beach, the Men in Gray Suits have been spotted. Awesome. Too good. But I love carrying on 5 kopecks. When you whip it out, people are like, what the hell are you talking about? It's 5 kopecks. And then they just kind of get this look on their face like, all right, why do you have this?
I am going to do a sangria-ish.
A sangria. Thingy. Ooh, with a little rye.
You know what? I think it's just going to be a wine cocktail.
Oh, check out this one over here.
I feel like sangria has fruit in it, and this won't have any actual fruit.
We're a little low on fruit.
It will only have fake fruit.
Although, you know what we do have?
We have lemons and limes. Are you thinking about the fruit snacks?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I tell you, we just made a minor motion picture.
I'm starting with 1 ounce of bourbon. And I think
that we had some of the best crafty I've ever seen. That's food service for all you people who are not in the industry, right? No, crafty is great. That's when you didn't take a break. And the craft services.
They call it crafty.
You know why? Because she's crafty. Speaking of the Beastie Boys.
She's crafty.
So, yeah, I love craft services. I always like to treat those people well when I'm on set because they're working hard. I like to give them some props. I did use
the strawberry.
And good crafty is hard to beat. Poor crafty is terrible. Why didn't you provide food to people?
Well, also poor crafty. This did not happen to us because we had good crafty.
We had good crafty. We had good stuff all day long.
People will complain. Dolby cows complain.
But we had great breakfast, 2 kinds, and yogurt and bananas. We had coffee service. We had tea service. It was simple, but it was good.
Okay, so
for lunch, we ordered in from this vegan place 2 days in a row that also had, they had all sorts of things. I had a Cobb salad. It wasn't all vegan. It was excellent. It took care of everybody. That food was so good. And they had smoothies, and people ordered smoothies. Awesome. So people I thought were like, wow, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm like, I know that it's a small budget thing. I can't throw a union wage at you yet, but we will. Do
you have the spray?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. That strawberry liqueur was super sticky. Okay, I'm doing a wine cocktail thingy. And so far I have done 1 ounce of bourbon, a half ounce strawberry liqueur, and a half ounce of fresh lemon juice.
So far it seems to be titled Wine Cocktail Thingy.
Right now it's called Drinky 3.
It'll
but
get a name.
it'll get a name.
It'll get a name.
It'll get a name.
It'll get a name.
Oh, okay. We
Hopefully.
gotta catch up.
I don't
Gotta
mind if I
catch
do.
up.
You know something? I'm not using my bar towel.
Christine, oh my gosh. Hi. So good
Hey,
to see
hey.
you. Wow.
Bit of a long time no see, but
Aw.
awesome for you to drop in. Hey. Oh, I miss you guys. Jeez. Oh, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Haven't
We
seen
miss
you in
you.
person in some time.
I know,
You know,
it's been a while.
well, time marches on, and distance is distance.
Because you're in the biz. Because I'm in the biz.
In the biz.
Right.
Well, we know these sorts of things.
2 dashes line bitters.
Happen to be using a fantastic bar towel that happens to say Ohana Luwata Lake. Isn't this cool? I like that.
And I'm going to do 2 dashes of ginger.
Let that ride.
bitters.
Paul Detroit. We were thinking about our buddy.
And then I'm going to fill with my cheap wine because, okay, so.
Our buddy Nicky Chicago. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We saw him at Ohana with Meg Delish.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy. And I'm just thinking to myself.
She's a great gal.
Oh, she is. I'm thinking to myself, like, the name Nicky Chicago, that's not the name of, like, your pal. That's like the name of when you need to take care of a problem, you call Nicky Chicago. And he says, problem? No, I never heard of it. But what about the... We'll take a look. Oh, yeah. It's a big nothing. Don't worry about it.
I need the wine, please.
The wine.
Okay, so
Yoink.
one of the vintage cookbooks I was reading the last couple of days
Check that out.
said to when you're making sangria, they were very specific that you must use harsh red wines.
So
we're going to fill with our cheap.
Find the
red
bottom of the barrel
wine.
plonk, and there you go.
Fill with cheap red wine. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's so good stuff.
That's so pretty.
It is pretty.
I am going to stir it.
Leave the layers, but look at that.
Look at the
layers.
Behold the layers before I stir it. You can just write cheap red wine.
Wasn't there a brand of wine on the
Combined
market
in
at
a
one
wine
point
glass
that
of
was simply
rice.
labeled cheap red wine?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty
Hold
cool.
on. Combine
in a wine glass. I can type this. Come on, you're
Okay.
you're
All
taking
right.
care of business over here.
I'm taking care of it. Okay.
Yeah, if I could type, right?
Trying to reach with the stick. I'm going to ruin my beautiful layers. But it's for the greater good.
That's the best actual typing I've done in a long time, not looking at it.
And serve.
If you look at it, it's much worse. But if you can touch type, it's awesome. Because so few people can these days. If you do it, they're like, you're typing and not looking at it.
I believe we talked about this on Saturday, too.
Didn't we? Talk about telegraph keys? Hello. Hilarious.
Carol says, I've made some harsh red wine. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow. So, I was talking
you
about having
passing it along?
Russian imperial paper money with a swastika on it.
What?
That does mean something very different from that.
Yeah.
At one point, my father had picked up a bunch of like vintage bills and coins when he was in Germany in the 50s. He was 53 to 55. He was part of the Army of Occupation because Germany was still an occupied country. And after the end of that, it's like, you're ready to go. And Germany like took off like mad.
The cosmonaut, Amy, you named it.
Cosmonaut, done. Ooh, that's so good.
Amy named it.
And among his coin collection, which I sort of inherited, there were some paper notes from Germany and the Imperial Germany, same era. So circa 1917, I had a note that actually was, with that German flag and everything. And that was when the currency was still in trouble, not before it seriously got devalued. But I don't know what happened to those because they're not in that collection now. And I think somebody swiped some old German money. It's probably not that hard to replace. That currency completely went to hell shortly after the war because of punitive influences from the Treaty of Versailles. Now, that's as political as I get in that era. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It was a bad decision after a bad war.
I have to interject.
Please.
Colonel Keck says, y'all should do a how-to or all you do on prison toilet wine.
Oh.
Well, Glendora will be back this coming week.
Yeah, speaking of prison, and
You had a
mothers-in-law.
comment today that Glendora was missed, which was very sweet, and it made me feel bad because I'm like, she's been doing horoscopes
Other-
for patrons all along.
All
but
along. If you're a patron, you've seen Glennie.
when we were making this film the last month or so, it just
Shall we talk
something
about?
had to give, and
Shall we talk about producing a
it was our favorite
minor
present.
motion picture?
But
If you are producing something that costs $100 million, $10 million, $100,000, $10,000, or $5, it's basically all the same process at different scales. Ours was more than $5, and actually more than $10,000, but significantly less than $100,000. And we did pay everybody what they agreed to, what we all agreed to. I
you
said
got
that.
what you agreed to.
I said that very specifically. It's not like we ripped people off. We said, are you willing to work for this amount of money? Yes, sign here. And I'm like, well, there we go. The actors understand that they're getting clips out of this. And I will actually deliver those significantly in advance of the completed product, because it's going to take a while for this to really fill out. But it's not that hard to get together like a sequence and say, here you go, bam, put that up on your reel because you need it. And in some cases, actors specifically said, could I take that again? Yeah, we can do that. And they actually ended up with some really nice ratings.
Yeah.
And it looks fabulous. It looks so good. It sounded great. Hey, I was the guy in the boom pole. I can tell you that much.
I got to say,
but
everyone we hired for that project was amazing.
Fantastic. Would work with every one of them.
Everyone.
I'd work with the same exact crew next week.
From the production assistants to all the actors to our director of photography. Like, everyone was just great. We didn't have any, there were no duds. There were no duds.
Nobody was dragging heels. Everyone was pulling weight. Everyone was doing what was supposed to.
I feel like we got really, really lucky, honestly.
And we managed to produce a film in the era of, I would normally have gotten kicked off of YouTube for this, but I don't care. YouTube's not doing me any favors tonight. In the era of COVID-19, we managed to produce a film with safety protocols. I was masked the entire time that I was holding boom pole.
Well, yeah, you have to. Your COVID compliance
your
officer.
Crew
has
to
be. It's a whole thing.
Your cast can't be.
Film these days.
When you're offset, you're supposed to mask up. If you can leave the premises, that's another thing. But we actually had somebody like riding whip on that, and people actually paid attention to it. And among the worst people was me. I kept forgetting not to sit next to people. It's like distance. We're still in the thick of it.
Oh, she did great.
She did great. She earned the
I would not want her job.
No, but she did it well.
At all.
She did it well. And she reminded me, and I reminded myself, and I was masked up, and I took care of things, and we took care of the entire cast and crew.
Awesome. Colonel Keg, thank you. Okay, so this outfit is actually vintage. So and we bought them together.
Hello.
I feel like the curtain close in The Sound of Music. So long.
Farewell.
I'll beat her, sing good night. Anyway.
Speaking of both German and Nazis and swastikas and all that, there you go.
That wasn't
Sound of Music.
That was not what I was trying to reference, but
if you do The Sound of Music, people are on stage in full swastika. What can you do? You have to do it, otherwise it's stupid.
Oh, Errol says,
it's a period
I have
piece.
$1 million mark. That it was a joke at first.
1 million mark.
And found it was legit.
If you want to talk inflation circa 1921, it got bad. It got insane in Germany. And then it leveled off and it just was terrible. And then when the Depression, it got worse. And that really drove what happened next. And if you want to know what happened next, I don't need to tell you. Go to your bookshelf at your library, find a little book called The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
All right.
And you'll have some fun with that.
You want to sing along for Amy?
Yep.
S S S S
A A A F F F F T T T T Y Y. Dance. I can almost play that on the keyboard.
You can dance if you wanna. You can leave your friends behind.
Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. And bang. Australian, I believe.
Nazis.
Crazy Nazis.
Colonel Keg. They're killing us.
All I can think of is the producers with our playwright Franz Liebken. We was not know this. We was Nazis. It's like the man is out of his damn mind. Great character as helmed by.
Kenneth Mars.
Thank you. Not on the tip of my head, but there we go. Brilliant Kenneth Mars, who played like sort of an imperial German character in Young Frankenstein. Literally a few years later. It's just fantastic. And he even had that like mechanical arm straight out of Dr. Strangelove. Different Nazi. Weren't we just talking about Operation Paperclip? Yeah, well, mein Führer, I am sorry, Mr. President. Bang. I'll go there because you know what? YouTube's not doing me any favors at all. And the fact is, this is history.
Which one?
This is history. I'm just talking about Doc Strangelove himself.
Who's not doing you any favors?
YouTube.
Oh.
Actually, none of these platforms are doing me any favors, but you can see me, so you can see me poorly on YouTube.
So they're kind of doing you favors.
Not YouTube tonight. Facebook, you're all right. What the hell's up with this YouTube thing?
It's been worse.
Man? It has?
I gotta say, regarding YouTube, it has been worse.
Let's put it on the
side. A few weeks ago, it was worse. So
things have been worse. Things could be a lot worse.
You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Jordan don't dance well. Because your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance well, no friends of mine.
So I need a thingy because I'm out of thingy. I'm thinking we have travel drinks. Travel drinks. I name checked Award 8 earlier. It's a really good little thing. It's a simple thing. It's good. Let me
could be worse. Could be raining. Oh. Could be raining.
The frozen daiquiri cocktail actually sounds quite good right now.
Sounds refreshing.
Sounds refreshing.
I don't know if it sounds delicious, but it sounds refreshing.
Let me find a place name that actually has a lot of oomph to it because it's not that hard to do.
You got to read that article that you read to me earlier.
Well, very true. It's a very good article in the latest
from the current issue of Imbibe.
Current issue of Imbibe magazine. If you do not subscribe to Imbibe, but you enjoy beverages and drink service and the professional industry, you need to subscribe to this magazine. If you are not part of any of that, but just enjoy reading about beverages and liquors and things like that, then Imbibe is a lot of fun. It's very engaging. It's a very well written publication. And they are dealing with the current industry and whatever changes are going on. There's some crazy stuff going on. And they're very specific to feature all sorts of people in industry.
And it's not just alcohol. They also have coffee.
They also have coffee service. They also have, like, there was a whole thing about ginger ale.
Lemonade.
Last quarter, they were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, ginger ales. And I'm sure they had a thing about root beers by now. All of these things. You have friends who show up to these distilleries and they're like, yeah, I don't really drink. But do you have a root beer?
I feel like the distilleries are, well, not the distilleries, but the breweries are ready for them.
Breweries are absolutely ready for them. They're absolutely ready.
What are you making?
I got something here called the margarita cocktail. Hey, that's actually quite a reputable margarita. No, I'm not going to make that.
I enjoy a margarita, but...
Two at the most. We've done it.
We've done that.
The Maurice cocktail. The Metropolitan.
I feel like we've done that too.
Yeah, that's good. Metropolitan sounds very like location. I'm just trying to find something.
It's a giant goose.
There is a goose in there. Yeah, ready to go. The love cocktail. I'm trying to find
the love cocktail.
I'm looking through. Hit the comments. I'm not going to be ready for a little
All right.
bit.
Okay. Yeah. He's still looking.
Still looking.
Oh.
Still looking.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Eric says, I don't know. Do you remember this wacky German dance group called Edelweiss? Did a track called Bring Me Edelweiss.
Bring Me Edelweiss.
This is kind of like a cover of ABBA. Oh, wait.
Other stuff. Oh, no.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, that sounds like something we'd see on DJ Jimmy on Saturdays. He whips out these wacko videos from the 80s.
Oh, Errol, yeah. Dr. Eel was going to hold the world for hostage for $1 million. Number two whispers, yeah, that's not that much money anymore.
The entire like audience of like cretins out there was like, ha, 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 ha. Wait a minute.
What happens, Miss Sakamoto? You're beautiful. Oh my gosh.
$1 billion. And that's an issue.
Hilarious.
Let's see here. I've got this 60s Mr. Boston here. It will deliver me some location-based cocktails.
Yeah, Young Frankenstein.
Well, you know, I could always just whip out an aviation, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I feel like we've done that recently, but
Have we?
Do you?
I'll see what's what. If the audience demands it, and I happen to have the dry gin, I'm ready to go.
Does anyone actually demand that? Actually, all the gin we have is the Awayuki.
Oh, true. May not be able to do an aviation there,
Maybe
but you
not.
know, it is a fantastic little thing. This book actually doesn't feature the aviation. It hadn't been revived yet.
I love Thomas Dolby too.
That's a location cocktail that sounds terrible.
Oh, well, read it out loud.
All right, nothing like the present. 1 ounce of Old Mr. Boston.
Wait. What's the location?
Baltimore. This is the Baltimore Bracer. So it
Oh no!
claims
John Waters.
nobody has ever actually
John Waters.
had consumed this cocktail ever. 1 ounce of Old Mr. Boston.
Hi, Ryan.
Can I speak, please?
I'm just saying hi to Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. 1 ounce of Old Mr. Boston anisette. Anise liquor. 1 ounce of Old Mr. Boston 5-star brandy. Nice brandy. White of 1 egg. Shake and strain 4-ounce cocktail glass. Half brandy, half anisette. Oh, balance wrong. Now they have a Baltimore eggnog that's pretty reputable. I can make that.
I feel like I've seen this Starship Edelweiss, Eric. Okay, I gotta look into this because I feel like I've seen that. I feel like I've. Oh, Ryan's planning a trip to Iceland.
Oh, hello.
Oh, any good volcano cocktails? There are good volcano cocktails.
I don't know if there's anything in here volcanic.
Maybe not in that book, but there
this is
are.
an older book. And there are things which tend to erupt.
I feel like I've seen that, Eric. Yeah, I got to look into that.
Yeah, I'm just confirming that this has nothing. A lot of vodka drinks. It was the era. That's the thing. I could practically make this eggnog, but there are other things in Baltimore that make sense.
Eggnog?
Eggnog is highly appropriate on both Christmas and Easter. But nobody makes it at Easter.
Christmas, New Year, and Easter.
Yeah.
It is none of those right now.
Yeah, we're kind of far from. What drinks would you serve in August? Just saying.
Thermidor.
Tall, cool things. Thermidor. Tall, cool things.
I feel like we should all start thinking about Paul's birthday drink.
Did you say birthday
yes.
drink? When might that be?
His birthday is August 14th.
Hello. I'll
so I
answer
feel
to
like
that.
we should start planning.
I will answer to that.
So if anyone has any suggestions for Paul's birthday drink, drop them. Science.
So this actually sounds interesting, but I would completely change up the
I don't know the song
proportions.
Submarines, Eric. All right.
One of our submarines is missing. It's we have it over there.
All right.
Okay,
I do.
The other one. Because I'm called the Jersey Lightning cocktail. Ooh, that sounds good. But Red Apple Jack. How about something called the Jamaica Glow? I'll try that.
Jamaica Glow.
Jamaican Me Glow. But I'm going to flip the proportions because we're low on gin, and I think it would be better if I did. 1 ounce of Jamaica rum. Touching the rum.
What goes into the Jamaica Glow? So I assume Jamaican rum.
Yeah, Jamaican rum. Claret goes in there.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have claret? He said it called for claret.
We have red wine, and that will do.
We will be using red wine in lieu of claret. How many ounces of dark Jamaican rum will you be using? 1?
1. Thank you.
Okay. How many ounces of faux claret will you be using?
A teaspoon.
Okay. Did we try the Martini and Rossi Fiero?
I do not believe we did.
We tried that. Was it the Bianco?
Bianco.
We tried the Bianco. Mm-hmm. I wasn't in love with it, honestly. Amy, like, I didn't love the Bianco. I'm curious about the Fiero.
Orange juice.
Oh, yeah, the eggnog. Yes, you do have to give us the recipe. Oh yeah, Thomas Dolby. He is absolutely still busy, and good for him. Thank heavens. What are you doing? Orange juice.
I'm treating the orange juice.
All right.
All right. We need some kind of gin too. I thought we had something over there.
Awayuki.
Okay. Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, so far I have an ounce of dark Jamaican rum. Are you really combining gin with rum?
Yes, I am, because it calls for it. But I'm flipping the proportions because I think it'll be better.
It's gonna chill up the back of my neck
Oh, why? She said.
that you're doing that.
I can't. Well, we're intrepid here.
See.
If the recipe
See how
looks,
this goes.
if the recipe looks terrible, we'll try it. If it looks really terrible, I won't try it. I'll
I feel like
modify
even the name Jamaica Glow is a little bit like. Yeah.
We're about to find out how terrible can terrible be, and perhaps we'll be able to improve it. Some of these formulas and these, why am I even measuring that like that? I have an ounce measure right here. Boom. Some of these formulae in these vintage books are a little suspect.
Dark Jamaican rum.
Seriously, ounce of rum.
Oh, he says it looks like it's getting good reviews. All right, good. I was a little bit like on the Bianco, but
I like the Bianco. It's
the
specific.
Fiero, I'm eager to try.
Pretty specific.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Wait, Gettysburg Ma'am says I'll share it in the lounge. Thank you. I love a vintage eggnog recipe.
3-ounce cocktail glass. We have a small cocktail glass inside there.
We do.
If we would. 1/2 ounce of the claret. Claret is basically any like robust red wine. It's not that specific. Some
I remember
manufacturers
clarets.
Claret? Claret.
The green chewing gum. I do remember. I remember
With
clarets.
chlorophyll.
Yes.
1/2 ounce of wine.
Wait. Okay. Wait. So
Wine and rum sounds crazy, but that's a classic formula.
Okay.
For
So far 1 ounce of red wine.
No, 1/2 ounce of red wine and 1 ounce of Jamaica rum.
Okay. Dry red wine.
Dried red wine. Yep.
Okay.
1/2 ounce of orange juice.
Okay. This sounds crazy what you're doing.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But I'm doing it anyway, aren't I?
Let's see.
Hey.
We'll see how you feel about this later.
Yeah, big fun. Huh? Yeah.
Regrets.
And flipping the
forever.
proportions, I will take a teaspoon of the gin. So here we go. Bar spoon.
There is a bar spoon back there.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this gin is going to do much at all to this drink, except provide a little octane. But we're intrepid. We will try things so you don't have to. If it's terrible, I'll say, don't make that.
So far I've got 1 ounce of dark Jamaican rum, 1 teaspoon gin, 1/2 ounce dry red wine, 1/2 ounce orange juice.
Mm-hmm. Sounds crazy stupid.
It sounds horrible, but I'll keep an open mind.
Smells better because of the
Keeping an open
strawberry
mind.
gin, frankly.
Keeping an open mind.
Just for giggles. No, I'm not going to modify it yet.
Errol says,
I'm not
how
gonna
terrible
modify it
can
yet.
terrible be, you ask? Remember my harsh wine? It made fancier box wine tastes like top shelf.
Big fun.
Oh, Eric says, quiz, what is Thomas Dolby's real name? I do not know.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a pseudonym. John Ritchie. If you get that, then you know that I've been listening to rock and roll history.
Oh, maybe more like a citrusy Admiral. Amy says, yeah, I'm no, okay. We're going to pick some up because now I got to try it.
Did somebody say Jamaica Ska? I didn't.
Ska, ska, ska. Jamaica ska. Cuba ska. Jamaica ska.
Not everybody can cha-cha-cha. Not everybody can do the twist.
Everybody can do the ska.
It's a new dance that goes like this.
Okay, so all I got was the dark Jamaican rum, the gin, the red wine, and the orange juice.
Yep, that's
That's
it so far.
it.
That's it so far. It doesn't sound like there's enough in there. It smells okay, so to speak. I will take a small cocktail glass.
Okay.
See, there's one of those classics to your right inside the front over there. I think.
Oh, I was going
One
to
of the
do
real
one
smallies.
of those.
No, one of the real smallies. Those are
Well,
great.
that one is cemented to the bar by sugary syrup.
That happens sometimes.
So we'll do this one.
That'll do.
Ta-da!
These are kind of classics, and they feature like harness racers. I think we've lost one of these
I feel like
over the
that's kinda
years,
strange,
but
but
they're a lot
anyway.
of fun. That's a classic combo.
Thomas
right there.
Morgan Robertson Dolby was a nickname his friends gave him because he's such an audio nerd.
Oh, so Dolby was actually based on Ray Dolby?
What's his real name?
What's his real name? Trying it.
We really do need to add Jamaica ska to our set list.
I need to figure out the chords in a way that you understand, because you would get it in a second. Jamaica Ska is actually a song that was recorded by Annette back in the day. It turns out it's a cover.
Oh, it is
was
a cover.
genuine
Yeah,
ska song.
it's a genuine ska
She covered it.
song.
And then, of course, it was covered in the 1980s by Fishbone
Well, they're
with
in,
Annette again.
They're in
Hello.
Back to the Beach with
So
Annette.
there we go. So she sings it again, and she's being backed up by Fishbone. That's crazy good. You know, this is nowhere near as bad as you think it is. Just saying.
Well, there's a ringing endorsement.
Right there. That's okay. Keep this, though.
That's all right. You know,
All right.
it honestly tastes like something that was left on the bar.
It needs a note, though.
The tiki bar. It tastes like something that was left on a good bar. But yeah, it needs. Let's make it better.
Let's make it better. I think we can improve that with a little maraschino. I don't know why I say that.
I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm, you do. It's going to kick up the sweet, so we need to add some sour. So I'm going to go with a 1/4 ounce of the lemon.
You know, I was thinking that, but it's like, to me, that wasn't even the issue. Like, it just was kind of flat. It was kind of one note.
Yeah, it's one note. It's one note.
It's kind of one note.
Jamaican rum.
Yeah.
One note. Now, that's a really good Jamaican rum. I'm happy with it. Happen to be using
Yes. The guy who shouts out science is a real scientist named Magnus Pike.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I discovered that recently when I was thinking, who is that guy anyway?
Yeah. Science.
Magnus Pike. He was an actual scientist on like the board, like the National Foundation kind of thing. And he would appear on TV shows doing sort of popular science things and explaining things. And he just looks like a nutty guy. And apparently he was a nutty guy. So he's there actually. It's this big nutter on their telly
Right.
telling you all about science.
What have you added?
1/4 ounce of the maraschino, 1/4 ounce of lemon.
I got to add them to the.
Please do. It's in there and you can't take it out. Gentlemen, they're going in and you can't stop them. So there's no point in trying. You'll never get the codes. Now, my boys will give you the greatest kind of head start. 40 megatons worth.
How much? He's quoting Dr. Strangelove again. How much lemon?
1/4 ounce. So you might as well just go in there and finish the job.
All right, now let's try it.
Yours was the sanctity and purity of her bodily essences.
Oh, it's so much better.
Bang.
Mm.
Tiny amounts of things can make a huge difference.
mhm.
Weren't we just talking about how to alter bourbon not too long ago? The taste could use a little help. What do? Tiny amounts of things can make a huge difference.
Michael says, see and remember there was still a pop-up video, right?
Bang,
remember
that's so
pop-up
much
video.
better. Originally, this is like,
I'm
it's kind of okay.
let you sing it. Take a sad drink at me.
Better.
Better.
Woohoo! Hey, Kelly, don't make it sad. Make a sad
Better,
drink
better,
and make it
better,
better. Is Rev Ken still listening? To remember to let booze into your heart. Well, that'll probably stop
Yeah,
it.
I let
Then
booze
you
into my
can
heart a long time ago.
start to make it better. Hey, booze, I was feeling sad. We started this broadcast and we were mixing.
Oh boy.
I'm really off on
I
a
need some more
tangent here.
spray.
I'm off on a terrible
He's
tangent.
like, I'm also sticky.
You know what I'm saying?
Sticky. Here you go.
There we go. Hello to Velveteens from Amanda. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey. So good to see you here. Congrats on the movie. Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank you so much.
I gotta tell you, anybody who's interested in indulging in this process, I'll say, are you sure? Have you checked with your analyst?
We've
Because
completed production
it's absolutely nuts to do this
and are embarking on post-production.
whenever you decide to do this at whatever level. But
thank you.
the simple fact is, if you once you start, you can't stop it. Just like Dr. Strangelove, so you might as well go in and do it. And once you do it, and you actually hire a great cast and a great crew, and you happen to have a great script and a pretty dynamite first-time director and a halfway decent sound guy and an excellent DP and AC. And
not us, by the way. We're not the director of photography.
We're not the director of photography.
No.
And really, first-time PAs who just totally picked up on it. I would hire them again tomorrow. They were really,
we got
really
very,
great.
very
down the
lucky
line
with the people we hired.
Great facility. And by the way, we had a COVID.
Well, they were recommended. I did not hire them from Craigslist. They were recommended from a legit
source.
studio. But everyone was great.
They were recommended from the boot camp where they matriculated, because within our area, production is exploding because it's too expensive to shoot in NYC. So they're cruising up the Hudson and they're ending up in Newburgh or Beacon, where we were. And people are producing things like mad. In fact, our original location got completely swept out from under us by HBO. I can name check them. I harbor no ill will. They're making TV. We'll be on their channel.
Well, no,
in the meantime,
I harbor no ill will because it worked out better for us. So.
It worked out great for us, and they're making content, and we're going to be on it. And boom.
Michael says, Magnus Pike, who was the tall man in Phantasm?
Oh, like
I saw Phantasm when I was about 13, so I don't.
Was that like the Pinhead guy or like the tall cadaverous fellow? I never saw Phantasm.
You didn't?
Nah.
It's super creepy.
Never did. The only one of those horror.
Grim, Eric says. All right, hold on.
Interesting. We'll check that out. The horror picture I saw.
I was so young. I was not paying attention to character actors when I saw that.
I saw Elm Street at the time. It was it was what it was. It's fairly gory. Phantasm.
I do remember seeing Phantasm.
I was
the tall man. Okay,
he was sort of a tall geek with glasses. That's Spinal Tap.
All the characters like Toby, Tommy.
Agnes Scrim, the tall man.
Agnes Scrim. Pew.
There we go.
Angus. Why am I saying Agnes? Angus.
Angus. You should have Angus on your mind because we were playing a little AC/DC earlier this evening.
Angus.
Hey there.
We were playing Judas Priest.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong hard rock group from the period. Mm-hmm. So.
Angus
Scrim. Angus Scrim sounds like the kind of guy you want to take along on a whaling expedition in the 1840s.
Agnes Moorehead sounds like
Agnes Moorehead.
Should star on Bewitched.
Yep. Ah! It's awesome.
There was a skeleton in the classroom named Agnes.
Angus.
No, that one was Agnes.
That was Agnes.
That one was Agnes.
Take a Cedric and make it better.
Oh, yes. Lisa says Information Society's Pure Energy was Fox Voice. Yes.
Yes.
One of the DJs we listen to all the time on Twitch plays that.
Pure Energy. Pure Energy. I think there was we were talking about
Agnes always infiltrated my desk. Oh, jeez.
You don't say. We were talking about Trek related information. There was, if Dan is still watching, look up a group called SPOCK. I believe they were Swedish. Sort of a techno synth-based group that did Trek-related songs that are a little risque. So that's all you need to know. Look them up. Kind of crazy. Found a CD. Got it from my roommate Bill. We just kind of laughed. It was just crazy that these folks were doing something that specific. There's always an
Although-
audience.
Not laughing now. Amy, hi, Joe. Good to see you.
Happy
Over
drinks.
there on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we were sitting outside having lunch yesterday, and the music was quite haunting. And I asked Paul what he had
What I was playing.
dialed up for us, and it was Nichols.
From her 1991 album on GNP, which has a lot of fun stuff, including a really good version of Beyond Antares from the original series. That's worth your attention. She also made an album in 1969 for Epic Records, which doesn't get a lot of attention. At the time, they're all about, oh, you've heard the Shatner album, ha, 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 ha. But Nichelle has a singing voice.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. She has an amazing singing
The
voice.
communications officer can sing, and we're all obsessed with the captain? Give me a break.
Oh,
Come on.
Errol, I am 100% with you. What was Darren's problem with Samantha's practicing her skill? Yes.
Hello.
I always thought that. I'm like, really?
Guy.
Your ego is going to get in the way of, really? You're crazy.
Basically, like, you know,
If
American
Lisa could do all that.
accountant
I have a
during that
list
time.
of things I'd like. I'm with you. That's
Ugh.
nuts.
These people.
That's nuts.
I'm telling you.
I know. Yes. Yeah, he was playing it. It was like she had amazing. It was quite operatic, actually. Will he be back? Bring him over.
All right.
He's been eating the
That's
prop cheese balls from our fictitious store, the Cash Pit. He's just over there just shoveling them in. Like, she started as a singer. I believe that because her voice was amazing, and I don't know, it was sad, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she was 89, but geez, Michelle Nichols. Coming back?
I am. I'm looking for water glasses because we didn't bring any over.
I don't know. Bring anything. I'm going to have to start eating cheese balls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Michael says, is Gladys Kravitz not the ugliest name ever? All right, this is what happens when Paul walks away. I've started calling Paul Gladys Kravitz because he's very, very, very interested in what's going on next door at the house of the people who just purchased. He'll be like, oh, what was delivered? He's like, maybe I should go put their deliveries on their porch. I'm like, don't touch their deliveries because then they might think you're trying to steal their deliveries. But I call him Gladys Kravitz. Yeah, anyway. Gladys over here. You coming back, Gladys? I don't know if he is.
I'll be there.
Oh no. Eric says, no, I think the ugliest name, if not the most absurd sounding name, is Heidi Turnip Seed. Oh, no. That's kind of bad too. You want some cheese balls?
Oh, sure. I don't mind if I do. This is for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. The cheese balls are, of course, I think they're originally Utz or something. They're perfectly
Don't
fine as
say
cheese
that.
balls.
They might sue us now.
For what?
Using their product in an unauthorized manner.
I was authorized.
By
who? I bought the product.
By whom?
As a consumer, I'm authorized, and I didn't name your product on the air, so there you go.
Oh my gosh, Heidi Turnip Seed is a real person?
What? Really? Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Michael says, how about a garage band called Gladys Kravitz and Window Patient?
Abner!
Abner!
What is it now, Gladys?
Oh,
Speaking of your Pennsylvania
it's-
products over here, you know, they make really great chips. We actually have some over there that were
Chili.
on set. On set.
Julie, I'm 100% channeling Gladys Kravitz. Yes,
Here's a fun thing about
they're like crack.
the fun thing about Nichelle Nichols as a singer is that last year when we were coming back from seeing Randy Rainbow in Rhode Island, we happened to stop.
Uh-oh.
We happened to stop in Newburgh, New York.
We have a troll. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Oh, take care of it, please.
I gotta wash my hands.
I have it on good faith that is not the best nude whatever.
Troll.
So let that go to hell.
Your nude website is not the best.
No, garbage.
I'm talking to our troll on
YouTube, which is allowing a lot of crap to come onto our channel. Thanks a lot. Our quality was garbage on
hide
YouTube
user
tonight.
on
Thanks a
this
lot.
channel. All right.
Yeah. Hide
I
it.
think I've hidden you. Now I gotta go wash the cheese balls off my hands while someone is trying to troll our site.
The orange dust. I'll just leave those there because, and I will wash these off by using my spray because Nichelle Nichols. So we're at this jazz brunch at the New Orleans joint in Newburgh, which serves fantastic food. Wow, we were there for lunch, and I was just waiting for some sort of eggs Benedict thing. That was just killer.
What?
In the meantime, we had two soul DJs, just playing the stuff. They had such great stuff. At one point, one of the guys comes over and says, "Check this out." He was playing Nichelle Nichols from 1965 on Epic Records. And I was like, "This record is awesome." It was so good. So Nichelle really kicked it. She kicked it hard. She auditions to the role of a communications officer on a ship that's actually trying to check out the galaxy. Okay, pretty much a quadrant of the galaxy. It's huge, right? There she is, directly behind the captain on the whole bridge of this thing at all times. That's a Gene Roddenberry thing. He's like, if I'm going to have people of color on my ship, they're going to be right there front and center. If you have a problem with that, it's in your face, sucker. Hey, he was a good man for that.
No, Gettysburg man, we have not tried the Utz crab cheese balls.
We happen to have
That sounds amazing.
happen to have some Old Bay seasoning over there. We can make it happen. I'm just saying.
Quick, get the troll spray. The new hard drives are back. That was no, don't spray in my
I haven't
wine.
sprayed anything else.
Anyway, yeah,
miming strictly.
That was
Of course, I want more of those cheese balls too, don't I?
you want more cheese balls?
Not yet. I'll be fine. So yeah, good stuff. Nichelle was just awesome. I got to say, there was a whole bit where, you know, second season of the show, the network doesn't know what to do with it. NBC was clueless. After all this money poured into this thing, they didn't know what to do. So they couldn't find a good slot for it. It wasn't getting an audience. The ratings weren't that great. And circa like the first part of 1968, she's like, I don't know if I should stick with this show. And who did she actually manage to meet with? But the Reverend Martin Luther King. So he says, you can't quit the show because so many people, every like young kid in America, every young black kid in America is watching you on this show. And it will be a real problem if you're not there every week. And she thought about it and she's like, all right, fine. Well, good thing because she belonged on that bridge. And so did Lieutenant Sulu. And so did Lieutenant Chekhov. The whole crowd of them. You even had a Scottish guy who's an engineer. Yeah, but of course, you get to prop the ship up somehow there. Making it happen. But the whole, panoply is what actually made that ship work. That's just awesome.
All right,
So,
I just,
sad to
for
see go.
entertainment purposes, I hid the troll.
Good.
But I'm just going to read their post because it's highly entertaining.
The robot bothered to send us this
it was
generic text. We might as well read it, right?
Nude HD XYZ. Best adult dating site. Can you really advertise dating sites that aren't for adults? I don't know. I'm just curious.
No, you really can't. That
He's
would be
dead, Jim.
that would be an extreme problem.
He's dead, Jim. I think today's astronauts communicated by to say, "You can't do this to me on my ship."
On my ship.
Oh,
Hilarious. You know,
I
I
feel
think
like
that
Gettysburg, ma'am. I feel like it's something that we should be able to get around here because we're like
awfully close to Pennsylvania.
under a half hour from Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
so
literally 15 minutes. We're at Matamoros. It's very close.
Yeah.
Utz is very represented in our local stores. I am able to get the Utz, which am I thinking, Old Bay chips, which are good, but kind of doubly salty. So they're a little too much in that case.
Doubly salty.
Yeah, it's kind of like they were already salted and then they added the Old Bay, so it's a little hard on me.
Checking it out.
But still, I think that the flavor profile is very good.
Utz Quality Foods.
Ooh.
Spin to win. Win an incredible discount when you join the Centennial Club. That sounds old.
You can spin it, and you win 5%. You've won free shipping.
I won free shipping. Yeah, whatever.
I bet everybody wins free shipping. Just saying.
All right, I'm seeing what
fun.
We can't get here.
So let's see.
I'm gonna gnash my teeth.
Maui barbecue, malt vinegar. Yep. Okay.
I feel like Maui barbecue we could maybe get here. That sounds familiar.
Probably get that. Are they advertising Zaps? Am I wrong? Goes up, other way. Go. Zaps. They are.
That's why we can get them here.
How about that? Zaps from New Orleans.
The voodoo chips.
Voodoo chips. We can get those.
I saw those in the store the other day. Amy gave us some of those.
Those are actually sold at Auto Shrunken Head. All you fans of
Amy
surf
says
music.
free shipping is good. You know what? I will never turn up my nose at free shipping. Utz follows me on Twitter, Gettysburg Ma'am says. Oh.
Bring them back.
Nice.
Well, you know, demand drives production. If enough people simply say, whatever happened to that? Hey, you remember what happened to new Coca-Cola back in the 80s? It went the way of all because the audience went crazy. And that's the thing. If you develop a good brand, then people will react to that. It's a peripheral thing. So
wait, hold on.
Shat and Borgnine, satanic goat-like rival.
There was one dating site for 50 and older. The fine print said you must be 18. Oh no.
Yeah, 18. Oh yeah, good idea, huh?
Oh wait, Svengoolie ran The Devil's Reign this weekend, featuring Shatner and Ernest Borgnine as a satanic. Oh my god.
And John Travolta was in fact in The Devil's Reign.
As a satanic goat.
Yes, you got that right.
Oh.
Right within the period. Potentially, it must have been made before the Sweat Hogs.
I haven't
as
seen.
A matter of fact,
he was. I haven't seen it, but now I know what I'm doing next week.
There you go. Goofy old movie. The Car.
Oh,
the
Car. Oh my god, I love Svengoolie so much.
The Car used to be on television all the time when I was a kid. It's a stupid damn picture by Satanic Car. And I really need to see it on a double bill with a Duel about sort of a possessed big rig.
Oh, thank you, Susan. Susan ordered some bar towels.
Oh, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Do you want to display the bar towels before people go?
I will.
So we have new bar towels. We had them at Ohana. We were slightly distracted if you were there, if you didn't see them. We would like to display them to you now because they're very cool. So here we go with the magenta version.
The plush magenta.
Plush magenta
and
version.
The plush teal.
And the plush teal version.
We won't send you these, don't worry. We'll get some fresh ones out of the box.
These are demonstration towels only.
Demonstration towels.
Same design as our original black background. This is the one in magenta, and that is the one in the teal. And this lighting, I don't know exactly what it looks like.
I feel like the teal just looks black, but when you put it up against the actual black towel, you can see the difference.
Here it looks like very shiny, kind of dark. So I think like that
Shark
actually
skin.
does sort of a shark skin thing. Some level of gray, but actually it's teal. In person is very much teal. I've seen it look much darker and
They'll
light.
go in the mail tomorrow.
The simple fact is that we have a number of
Aw.
products that are still for sale, including the I can't reach for one anymore, can I? Yes, I can.
Oh, Amy says, please bring a teal towel disturbance. Okay, you got it. You got it.
And you have the right quote. I'll gladly pay you Saturday.
Thank you.
Well, I can't get you a towel today, so you'll see a towel Saturday. The Glendora wine glasses are still in quantity. You can have these.
But they're not on the store.
They're not in the store. So if we want to see you in person, or if we're going to see you in person, let us know. We always have these on hand. If we know we need to have more than a few on hand, then we'll do it. The towels we will absolutely have. And don't forget.
Gettysburg, ma'am, those sound amazing.
Don't forget. Oh, it's still happening. Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. You know, we have the black towel right here. He's gonna
in this
promote the
era
record, too.
where I've just been listening to a lot of musicians talking about, I can't get my record pressed. I'm going crazy. It's totally stupid.
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
People on YouTube are asking where we can find them. Okay, I'm gonna share the link to our Big Cartel store.
I don't mind if you do.
Our website
Is a little lacking right now.
Updating our store was going to be too much of a pain, so I'm going to share the link on YouTube to our Big Cartel store,
so you can see what's going on there. I got a product here. I'm not going to reveal yet, but you'll see it in a momentarily.
Oh, Motel Hell.
Motel Hell.
I saw that in the theater back in the day.
Only the finest quality
dating
products.
Myself once again.
Only the finest quality products go into our jerky. The big stunt with Motel Hell, of course, is that eventually he reveals that he uses preservatives. Oh, no!
All right, so I just want to say for the people on YouTube, I just shared the link, but it's Velveteen Lounge Kitchen, no hyphen, .bigcartel.com.
Follow the link.
But I also
You'll get
dropped
there.
the link. So.
You can buy a towel. You can buy 2 towels. You can buy a record. You can buy a towel and record. You can buy 2 towels and record. We don't have the glassware on there because
Amy's
it's a whole
asking
thing.
if we need anything from Boston. Maybe.
Normally I'd ask for Moxie, but I can get Moxie locally. Let's see. What's coming from Boston right now? I don't know if we have access to Thomas 2. Now, that's not a cheap product. So I'm not going to say, hey, look at that love. But, gee, what's new? What's new in your direction that's really unique and locally made?
Oh, my gosh.
So
Rhode Island Spirits.
Rhode Island Spirits.
Rhode Island Distilling.
Yeah, which is actually associated.
Whatever you get, we'll pay for.
You find, we'll take care of you. We'll
take care of you, hon.
There's, it reminds me, there's, of course, the local brewery in Newport Spirits. Which
yes,
actually
exactly. Well, that's Thomas too.
Fantastic stuff.
That's Thomas too.
So we also, of course, have a fantastic record that we produced not 3 years
Errol,
ago.
we'll see you on Facebook, Errol.
So here's our little 45, which features the Velvetones on one side and features Glennie on the other side because we had to feature Glennie. It's big fun. We produced this in 2018. We had a whole crowdfunding thing going on. People were very enthusiastic, and we managed to fund the record, and it's good. And at this point, we're just like taking care of the rest of the stock. If you do not have a copy yet, this is 2 Christmas records. It's not Christmas. It will be in 3 months. So think about that. Right? Yeah. So think about that, folks. We're getting there. It's martini time, and I'm so ready. And a box of wine for Christmas from Glennie. This is VLK Records 001. In case you think we didn't actually produce it in color vinyl, of course we did.
Of course we did.
Pink is the way to go. In case you think we did not include a download code for you who are turntable impaired, of course we did. There's a download code in here. You can enjoy this anytime you've got
Amy says, send me a list.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
We'll check that out and make it happen. If you don't have the record, let us know. It's right up there on that link. That goes to Big Cartel. The record is $14 post-paid anywhere in the U.S.
Elizabeth, yes, we do have Glendora wine glasses left. They're not on the website because calculating the shipping is tricky, but if you're interested, just direct message us and we will
DM it.
work it out.
Get us your address. We will find the most economical way to ship these to you.
Yes, we will work
And
it
if
out.
that works out, great. I know it can be, it's glass. It can be difficult to ship it. You have to put a lot of padding around it. Rest assured,
Yeah.
if you're like, I'm still going to go for it, this thing is going to come in a bomb-proof package.
You
It
do
will
not
get you
have to pay
fine.
like $20 for shipping.
you don't gotta go
but
crazy.
that's what the website calculates.
I used to say.
So like, let's just
It's
figure this
stupid.
out offline.
We can
and
get this
you
thing
don't have to
going
pay that much money.
first class
so,
mail.
yeah.
Entirely safe. I can get you a couple of glasses. It will be brilliant. You will love these. It's a great quantity.
Exactly.
You can put a nice glass of wine. You can put an entire Mai Tai in there if you want. More than one. They look fantastic. And Glennie, of course, you'd love it. Oh, thanks, hon. You know?
Oh my gosh, I love this idea.
Oh, yeah.
Map says, this makes me think of an idea for you two. We should do a Taste the States series where we send you snacks from our state. You should,
Oh, I'm in.
my gosh,
I'm in.
love it so much.
Can we get that?
Love.
Can we get that freeze-dried scrapple from Pennsylvania?
Yes.
That sounds
I've had
insane.
Scrapple.
I have had scrapple.
I have had Scrapple.
A little greasy, but so are so many things for breakfast.
Oh, Lisa bought a t-shirt.
Mm.
We love you so much. You guys are amazing.
You guys are amazing.
Oh.
So we do still have some product up there. You finally got this site going again. People have been asking.
Well, no, I did not get the site going again. I went around the site and went back to our old big cartel.
I speak
store.
out of my turn. You've got something going again that made it possible
Yeah.
for people to order.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to say, "Oh, contact us." Give people a simple way to go. So you can just hit the button, go there. You can order product. The shipping should calculate properly, as far as I can tell. It's not going to make us crazy, and it'd be pretty easy for you. And we got a few products up there right now. The records are for sale. The towels are for sale. If you would like the wine glasses, let us know. It's really tough to try to bundle wine glasses with something else for shipping and
we'll figure it out.
And make it rational and make it not crazy. But if you just want to order the wine glasses, straight up, we can figure that part out.
But it was like the wine glasses. It was calculating some crazy thing where if you ordered 2 wine glasses, it was like $20 for shipping. It's
Well,
no, that's wrong.
Because the shipping on one is like $8, and then for 2 it was like another $8. I think,
yeah, it's like no, that's
it's not
not
$16 to send 2 wine glasses. But
it's like you want to throw in a towel. It's like $30 for shipping. It's like no.
These are the sort of things that make small companies tear their hair out. Big companies are just like, we'll take the loss, whatever.
Thank you, Lisa.
Hey,
we try.
We're not
we
really.
Try.
Our operation is not really able to take a loss right now, but we could certainly get you product for a reasonable price and customary.
I want to make it legit for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, always done as front-end shipping. Thank you. I think that.
Oh, the cheesy poofs.
Cheesy
I
poofs.
think those are from Utz.
They're Utz. Yeah. I think it's a big bell of Utz. Speaking of, Gettysburg is proud over here. They're
Utz.
They're fairly addictive. I gotta say,
I'm looking at the website.
They make a good poof. They really make a good poof. Mom, where's my cheesy poofs? They're a lot of fun. But these are the Cash Pit cheese balls as featured in the feature. Boy, when this is available to you, I think you'll flip. It's a lot of fun.
See that some of them some of them were collateral damage.
Sacrificed.
And they were sacrificed to the gods of film. But,
according to such things.
But the rest were just eating.
So we've told you about places where you can order some product. There's a banner at the lower left of the Facebook page that tells you about tips. If you just would like to duke us a little, we're here to deliver you a little entertainment on a Wednesday because, hey, we love you. If we see you every week, that's just fantastic. We've been talking about a lot of fun subjects today. We were all over about travel. Got a couple of good travel related drinks that I whipped up. You got a couple of good things there. I think I've ever tried yours. Hello.
It's really good.
Check Ocean State.
I'm saying the Jules Puffs. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Well, the thing about shipping is that you could
Julie
either.
says, I can't buy the big canister of cheese balls. I have 0.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well, you know about the flavor solutions, right?
Yeah, they're
I
designed
think
to
we
make
talked
you
about
eat
that
and eat and
recently
eat.
on a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
These companies design
Yeah.
spice mixtures to keep you eating. And yeah.
If you think that I'm making up the term flavor solutions, look it up. No, that's insidious. Absolutely. And were you referring to Ocean State Job Lot? I think is what we're talking about. We actually have one that's not far from us. I think it's in Fishkill. And apparently another one is going to make its way to Newburgh before long.
Yes.
Wow. Ocean State Job Lot, man. Hot stuff coming through. Oh, hot stuff coming. So.
Is it that time?
It might be about that time.
All right.
A couple hours of fun there on a Wednesday night. Glad you can see us. You can see how you can support us. We'd like to give you a little fun. I'd like to throw a few topics out there. We had a long discussion of Far Out Space Nuts. I love that stuff.
Amy, 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock on Saturday. We should share this again.
4 o'clock. Yep.
At Milltown in Sturbridge.
Milltown promises to be pretty kick butt. There is a
zillion bands.
Fantastic lineup of groups this time around. I'm
if
part
you'll
of
be around, we're on it.
I'm part of a text group with the bands, and people are just lighting up on this thing. And people will have merch, and they'll be playing, and they're all excited for stuff.
Oh, thank you!
And the cars, and of course, this is all run by a whole tattoo concern. Well, you want to get some ink? There you go.
Oh
Crazy
my gosh.
stuff.
Thank you, everyone.
Yep.
We love you all so much.
Thank you. Oh, too awesome.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
we might just have some swizzles. Let us know. Oh yeah, thank you.
4-pack. Oh,
yep.
Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, thank you, Gettysburg Ma'am. Yes.
Yep.
You can go through our store and order the I should add them to the
4-pack of the big balls. The big containers of balls?
The big balls. You can order big balls.
I've got big balls. Here we go, quoting AC/DC again. 4-pack of those big containers. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. Big fun. Puppies.
Oh, separation anxiety. Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
I know. But thank you all for actually thinking of us and placing some orders because, well, that's how we keep this little sucker going. We, in fact, did produce a motion picture last week. Is this crazy?
Well, we just have to
or what?
Finish it so we can show you.
Now we're in the editing stage, and I think it's determined to be pretty fun because we set it up that way.
Out.
But I got to say, the people we were working with were all professionals, and our DP was he was really spot on the whole way. I had conversations with him afterwards, and he was like, "Oh yeah, try this," and I was like, "You got great stuff." And I was like, "Well, I could just see the playback," and he's like, "That's what you got. What you saw on the monitor is what you got. That's fantastic. This is like 6K footage. It is crazy the amount of information we captured. And it's fully adjustable because it was all shot in the raw format. All you DPs out there would be like, oh, wow, really? No, this was for real. This is going to look and sound great. And we just need to add some things to it and make a little motion picture.
Yep.
It's destined for the festivals. We're going to have to find a venue where you can see it. We can't just put it up on the YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. You're not doing many favors tonight anyway.
Yeah.
But I didn't spend...
it's shot in 6K, but
I'll just
put it up on YouTube, it'll be in
I'll just dial it down to 340 DPI and to put it up here. Yeah, sure. That's what I paid this money for. Sheesh.
No.
You people. People are shooting high def content and putting it on YouTube all the time, but do I get any shrift out of these people? No. I don't care. I don't mind saying it either. This is not helping me tonight. This thing, I'm looking at this on my phone, and this still looks terrible. Thanks, YouTube, for nothing. Thank you, Facebook, for actually looking like something.
Yes, we'll be at Milltown at 4 on Saturday. Phew. So if you can be in the area, we would love to see you.
We would love to see you.
And if not, thank you for the good wishes.
Some are a little further flown, and some people are just going to be occupied. But if you're around the New England area and you think, well, I could make that, it looks like a fun show. It looks like a hell of a fun show. And there'll be bands. There'll be There's cars, and there'll be food.
Hot rods.
And there'll be a lot of hot rods.
Customs.
I mean, you could always just like sidle up to the owner and say, hey, just talk about the rods. These guys love to talk about their cars. That's cool stuff.
I love to talk about
I
cars.
like to talk about cars. Hey, maybe you need a custom job yourself, and you're like, well, I don't know a good paint shop. Guy's going to say, I know a good paint shop.
I know who will.
Well, I don't know a good guy who does.
On Saturday.
I know the guy who does shocks. He knows a guy who does shocks. We'll take care of you. Those old rods, they're not that hard to work on. Folks, it's been fantastic to see you on a Wednesday night again, as always. We've talked about various ways to support us. Thank you. Some of you have just jumped right in on that. That makes things happen.
Everyone here is super
Fantastic.
supportive. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In terms of like just showing up and watching like all this craziness we talk about, hey, every single person here does that. That's so appreciated. We will see you again in a week with reports from the mill town and etc. We have promised to have some more far out spaced out action with the ladies of the Cape Cocoa Beach, I think it is, Cape Canaveral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cocoa Beach.
Cocoa Beach. If we're really intrepid, maybe we'll make space food sticks. Oh boy.
Thank you, everyone.
I have a good story about the space food sticks. I think I'll save it for next time. That's pretty amazing. And it's been fantastic hanging out with you tonight. As always, no matter where you go, and no matter what you do, we're going to see you soon.